Hey all, happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday, everybody. It is Sunday, January the 31st.
This will complete 1 month into 2021.
Yes, it's the last day of January, isn't it?
Yes.
It'll be February tomorrow. Wow. I'd say this year's gone by fast, but we've done quite a bit for January already, haven't we?
It's been a really busy January.
It's been a ridiculously busy January.
I think it's from not doing quite as much. I mean, certainly not
doing
live
anything
events.
Last year, hardly.
Yeah,
probably.
But it's trying to get back into the routine of things.
Yeah.
It's challenging, but it's good. Mm-hmm. It's good to get those have that muscle memory working.
Yeah. Especially going back into doing shows so quickly, like at Disney, kind of like going from 0 to 60 super fast.
Yeah. But yeah, we were there yesterday. In fact,
we were there last night at Epcot. Saw a bunch of you guys there.
The weather was fantastic.
The weather was lovely. It was not cold like it sometimes. Well, I mean it's Florida, but it was I think 70 something. That's not bad.
Yeah. I overdressed, but I was really. I mean that was fine.
Well, you had a little shirt, like a jacket or something on.
Yeah. I was warm. I was plenty warm. I even did my double socks.
Oh.
I don't like the cold weather.
Yeah. I had a jacket, but I never put it on.
Yeah. Wendy Tinkerbell says it was beautiful yesterday. Yes, it was.
Yes, it surely was.
It was, and you got to meet lots of people, didn't you?
Lots of people. Yes, I sure
New
did.
people, some familiar faces.
New people I've never met before who knew me. That's always fun.
Yeah.
People who knew us from Twitch, even. That's always fun.
And man, a lot of the prints were just flying off the walls.
Yes.
There.
Yeah. They were sold out at Wonderground again of the artist Mickey and the Tiana's Magical Evening. But they are, according to a cast member there, they said that they're going to be getting some more in a couple days.
Yes, but
so we'll
you will get the chance to win that tonight.
Yes, yeah, some of you might win one tonight. So, should we talk about that first?
Yeah, if you like, sure.
Have you started the raffle thing?
I did start the raffle,
cool.
yeah.
Alrighty.
So it's not quite February yet, but we have a themed print.
Yes, it is. It'll be the print of the week up at Strangeling this week. Is it already this print of the week? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yay.
Yes,
okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, it's one of the Faces of Fairy. It's a Valentine one, number 225, I think.
225.
Yeah. Yay! So somebody will win the print, and you'll also get the Epcot pack. This will be on in about an hour from now if you haven't entered the raffle yet. And these are from Disney. These are ones we bought earlier before they sold out. From Wonderground Gallery, we have artist Mickey and Tiana's Magical Evening, and these are officially from Disney, and I will autograph them for you, and we will send them to you. And you also get the Painting Pixie pin, which is, of course, the Epcot International Festival of the Arts exclusive pin at the Pop Gallery. So you'll get all these things, and I will autograph them for you. And that will be our first prize. So I guess everybody, all the prizes, are we doing again that they get the Epcot pack, like the 2 postcards?
Yes, we're doing that. We're doing that through when the show runs.
Oh, okay. So like through as long as Epcot Festival's going through the end of February-ish. Yeah.
So Leela says Arsenic and Old Lace is looking beautiful.
Thank you.
And Starwin says I hope they make a artist Mickey shirt.
I hope so too. Usually
that'd be super cool.
Yeah, I hope they do mugs too. That's something I use, coffee cups and things.
Yeah, because it's been so popular.
Yes, it is definitely one of the most popular things at the show.
Yes,
for sure. Which is cool. I'm very happy that
I'm happy that I had the foresight to collect a bunch as prizes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I don't know if I contributed to the problem or I'm helping it out.
No, it's a drop in the bucket compared to all the people at Disney World, I'm sure. But yeah, this is Arsenic and Old Lace. It's I think I've gotten a little bit of work on it done since the last broadcast. I spent one day, I think, working on it. So it should be moved along since the last time that you saw me working on this one. I've kind of worked more on the lighting, kind of adding some magical sort of glowy effects with just white paint and a little bit of green and yellow paint that I've been smudging on there. Got the skull. I've started to outline that. I think you could see that part way during the last time. I've also started to lay in some basic colors on them. You can see how they'll be kind of the arsenic-y sort of ochre green, that kind of grungy, orangey, green, yellow that arsenic crystals usually are. That'll be kind of her outfit, a little bit of her hair color, and that will bring in here. I'll have a little bit of purple and green, kind of muted, antique-looking colors.
That sounds
really
lovely.
Liking how it's turned out so far. The original painting has sold, but we will, of course, have prints and all that.
Yes. Now, yeah, phenomenal piece. I'm loving it too.
Thank you.
But yeah, I just say it was a really, really good week.
It was.
I got to spend some time with my kitty cat, and that's always nice.
That is always nice. All our kitty cats.
What's that?
All our kitty cats. Some of our kitty cats. No.
But yes, Jay Graff is so happy their daughter got a signed print of Tiana.
Oh, excellent.
It was one of the larger matted pieces, probably.
Oh, yeah. They do such good jobs on the matted ones there. They always have, like, little fancy cut mats on them. The frames are cute on the ones that they do at Disney with the canvases, too. Like how the Mickey Mouse, my artist Mickey's, the frames that they put on the Giclées at Disney have little Mickey Mouses carved into the frame. They're really cute.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. But so, when, what was I going to say? When do you think that this piece will be finished?
Depends. Probably sometime this week, depending on how much work I get on it.
Okay.
Tonight and over the next few days. I know, next week we're having Twitch on a different day, right?
Yes.
Or it's not. We're not doing Sunday next week.
Right.
It's
for
Super
those
Bowl
of
Sunday. So
yeah, the Super Bowl is happening next Sunday. So,
and apparently it's like Florida and Kansas City too, so it's like everybody.
So yeah, it's the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Okay.
Which is closer to our current place we are our home.
Our home.
And
home,
then
and then Kansas City, where we're from originally.
Yes, and we are from Kansas City originally, so
even though we're not football people. A lot of
I'm
other
not a football person, but they so it's not like I'm torn or anything.
Nah. But anyway, so instead of trying to broadcast next Sunday, we're going to do it the subsequent Wednesday?
Yes.
What day of the week, or what day of the month is that on?
I will check on that.
Something. Oh.
That will be... Come on, February? Looks like February the 10th.
February the 10th. Okay, and then we're doing February 14th also? We're actually going to have a broadcast on Valentine's Day.
Yeah, we're going to make it we're going to make it a...
We're going to make it a fun one?
We'll make it love themed.
Oh,
I don't know. Okay. Maybe if you guys are lucky, I'll sing the entire theme of the Love Boat.
Oh no. Well, maybe. We'll see.
I'll sing it so well that Twitch will have to mute it they'll think that we're
copyrighted by a third party.
Yes, they will just say, "My gosh, he just sang that so well."
Yeah. The bots will catch it and they'll think it was actually the Love Boat going.
Man, that show, it is.
I've never watched it.
I don't think that show could exist now, in the way it is. It's a very it's of its time. I'll just put it that way.
What decades was it made?
It was made in the late 70s through mid 80s. I don't know what the viewership was like toward the mid 80s though.
Yeah, who the heck was watching the Love Boat then?
The thing is, I watched when I was a child. I remember the lineup was the Love Boat, and then immediately after that was Fantasy Island.
I've never seen that one either.
And I really, really liked Fantasy Island.
Oh. Is it good?
Well, I don't know. I liked it as a kid.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
It depends what you always ask me if it's good, and I'm always like, I don't know.
Like, I can't believe you never watched it. I'm like, well, was it good? Did I miss out on anything? And you're like, it was awful. I'm like, okay, good.
Katie says Love Boat is a hilarious late night watch.
Okay.
It's
Did they still show
I don't know. I know that there's Angela says I've never seen either. I know that there's typically a policy because I've taken enough cruises that the crew members should not fraternize with the
guests.
With the guests. But they
on the boat?
certainly do on the Love Boat.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Is that the plot? But are they trained to go out with the people on the boat?
Sometimes.
Okay.
Sometimes.
Yeah, they don't really like
Joey B. Bro says, the Love Boat is streaming now on CBS app or Peacock.
Oh, is it?
Not 100% on which. When I watched it not too long ago, it was on Pluto, which I think is powered by Peacock.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
But yeah, they have their own Love Boat channel.
Oh my gosh.
On that. So you can watch Love Boat until your heart is content.
Nah, I got better stuff.
Tigger says it was great to see you and Jasmine at Epcot last night.
Oh, you as well. Always good to see you guys.
Man, I was looking at, there are two spots. Of course, there's always the moon. I'm getting to my point here. I was looking at two spots and I was like, man, I wish I could take better pictures of this. The Spaceship Earth, which those of you who haven't been to Epcot,
it's
the big golf ball.
Yeah.
But it's so beautiful at night with with hues ranging from pink to dark blue.
Yeah.
And I tried to take a picture and it just looks like
it never
crap.
looks as cool in pictures as it does in real life. At nighttime, especially like you're saying, it almost looks computer generated in real life. When
yes, in your booth for Wonderground, not to be confused with Pop Gallery.
Yeah, I have two booths at the Epcot.
Two booths at Epcot, which is confusing enough even for me.
Confuses me even, yeah.
But the Morocco Pavilion is lit up so beautifully, like the top tower.
Oh,
I guess
yeah.
The lighting on Disney, it's gorgeous, and they have that forced perspective to make it look a little taller
on the architecture.
Yeah. And I tried to take a picture, and it just looks awful.
Well,
I was like, it looks all washed out and
even Disney's
horrible.
like official photos don't really do it justice.
Yeah, so everything has to be seen in real life there at Epcot, I suppose. Rick's Accident says, good day to y'all from San Jose.
Hey.
Back at ya. Katie says, I actually got some good pictures, which is impressive considering how much I was drinking. Oh. Well, Epcot would be the place to do so. Epcot would be the place to do so. I was talking to some of Jasmine's fans last night, and the subject of drinking around the world came up, and I said, just do not start in Mexico with tequila. Because if you start with tequila, you just stay in Mexico.
For those who don't know, all the different countries in Epcot are kind of all in a big circle, so people will start at one country and get their snacks and drinks all the way through, and they'll get some from each one. Featuring
yummy alcohol drinks from around the world.
Yeah, they'll have things that are from that individual country, etc.
And Tigger says, it was beautiful last night with Spaceship Earth, the full moon and the new fountain lit up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Epcot's a really pretty place, particularly at night. Oh yeah, I remember it was getting towards the end of Jasmine's signing session yesterday, and there's something about, and I know how Jasmine feels, because there's something about talking to people endlessly for a couple hours that kind of makes me hungry, at least. And she and I are at the same time, we're both looking over at the French, the restaurant.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh man, I kind of almost wish we were in there. And it was just so beautifully lit.
It is. It looks so cozy and warm in there. And it's like, oh, I can just see it through the glass.
Yeah. So, and we've eaten at so many of the restaurants there. I'm not sure if any. I
haven't this year.
We had in the past.
Yeah.
Katie says, I was planning to sober up with guac and chips and ended up with 2 margaritas too. Wow, Katie.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Yeah. It's like sober up with a couple margaritas. Yeah.
Joey says, we haven't seen the new fountain at night yet, but it's pretty awesome. Yeah. And Katie says again, the vegan brat up past the Pop Gallery tent was awesome.
Oh my gosh.
I wanted to try that, but
I want that so much.
Do you know what I've heard, Katie, is...
I heard it's very messy.
That it's a messy thing, and I keep joking with Jasmine. It's like,
because I'm afraid to
you should go eat it like at the place, but she's not allowed to, and the other, it's like, she'd have vegan broth all over her shirt,
sauerkraut all over me. Yeah, it's true.
But yes, I can smell it when I.
Oh, I know. I love how Disney's got so many of the vegan Beyond sausages and Impossible Burger things everywhere now. Makes it so much easier to find food if you're a vegetarian.
Yeah.
Or not. It's good.
Oh, speaking of, it's funny. Katie's come up a couple times this week, and I told her, Jasmine, it's sometimes during COVID, sometimes we're stuck inside and we're kind of bored.
Yeah.
We're on the internet a little bit more, but it's not. I don't want to say it's a controversy, but it's something. There's a problem with an upcoming movie, and people in the room correct me, but it's basically King Kong versus Godzilla.
Oh, okay.
So if you look at...
A lot of people have been tagging me in this movie.
Right. So if you look at King Kong, and take the old movie with Fay
The
Wray.
original one, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
okay.
you look at the size of King Kong, he's a big guy. Think about that Empire State Building, and he's on there, and he's smacking around.
He's big. He's climbing on it.
He's big.
Yeah.
But then you think about his opponent in this upcoming film. Godzilla. Godzilla kind of is like, that's where his head is.
Yeah, Godzilla could knock over the
right
Empire State Building.
Because the older movies, I think honestly, and it's funny because it's not so much that I think Godzilla was that big for the filmmaker's ease of a guy in a horrible lizard costume just kicking around buildings, and those movies are...
I love those movies.
I'm not, as you guys know, I'm not a fan of Godzilla movies. They're just... I saw one, and it's the same movie over and over and over
That's
again.
the idea. It's knowing that you've got the same sort of structure and seeing how they're going to change it enough that it's technically a different movie. I don't like them because they're great filmmaking. I like them because they're almost an abstraction that humans are a small part out of it, It's mostly just big monsters. I don't know. It makes me think of prehistoric times or something.
Yeah, okay.
It's like I almost wish they didn't have the people in it.
It seems very metro. So you just want Godzilla just to kind of mill around in a forest?
When it shows where they live too, like when it shows that they live on an island and it kind of gives their backstories, and I don't know. Again, I don't like them because they're good movies. I'm not gonna argue that. You were watching Love Boat. I mean. Is Love Boat better than Godzilla movies?
Yes.
Okay.
That's how much I think that.
People talking.
Okay, guys, what's better, Love Boat or
Can you combine
Godzilla?
Them? How about a mashup?
Yeah, well, that sounds awful. Okay, he says the Japanese ones that are more traditional Godzilla lore is much better than the U.S. movies.
Oh yeah,
I've seen them both.
I'm not a fan really of the Matthew Broderick one.
Also, this is not the first time that Godzilla and King Kong have tangled.
No.
But this brings me back to the first point.
Mm-hmm.
In order for the most modern version of King Kong,
the most modern Asian
Skull
version
Island
or
King Kong.
Oh, okay, yeah, got. Oh, I see. Yeah.
In order for him to fight Godzilla, toe to toe, Godzilla smashing the Love Boat.
Yes. See.
No one is a fan of Matthew Broderick 1998 Godzilla, says Kate.
No.
It's hideous.
I actually wrote some of the jokes for the riff tracks on
Yes,
I'm
Jasmine
credited
did.
in it. Yeah. I disliked it so much. No.
Yes, it's hard to watch. It's just
it is.
horrid.
I mean, it was hard. I remember watching it when we were coming out with the script on it and trying to find jokes in it. It's hard. It's not, and it's also 3 hours long, isn't it? Or feels like it is.
The Love Boat was pretty good, had some good twists. I applaud you, Allie 372, to find complexity in that very what I would consider otherwise a formulaic superficial show. Okay. But if it had some good twists, it had some good twists. It's nothing I experienced, but I applaud you for looking deeper. That's quite the fan.
You don't applaud me for looking deeper into kaiju movies.
No.
Okay.
Not at all.
You're just vaguely disappointed.
Right. Now, there are aspects of some Godzilla movies that are good. The Mothra character.
I love the Mothra. Well, to be fair, that was a graphic novel in the 40s, or 30s or 40s, before it was ever a movie.
Okay. Well, the Mothra character has some value.
She does.
Oh, thank you, Tammy. 21 months, tier 2. Thank you so much, Tammy.
Thank you very much.
But King Kong has to grow 3 times his height.
Are they going to make that part of the story?
I think that they have to. They are currently defending it online now. Apparently, there is a line from one of the characters in Skull Island talking about Kong. If you guys seen Skull Island, there are these really weird T-Rex bony gross things.
Those guys are badass. I like them.
That Tammy says just stopping in. Well, thanks for stopping in, Tammy.
Thank you very much.
They're really weird T-Rex monster things.
Yeah, they're like skeleton monsters. There's something. They look like something you'd fight in a video game, kind of.
Yes, they do look like that. It's very video game-like. So one of the characters says, it's a good thing that Kong's here. He's the last of his kind. He's fighting these monsters to protect everybody. I mean, the thing is, King Kong is a good guy.
A lot of the kaijus are really there to protect the environment.
Protect the Earth, not necessarily humans.
Yeah. No.
But King Kong's a fellow primate. He might help out a person. So, someone says, and he's going to keep growing.
Oh, is he not full grown?
He must be the size. I don't remember when I was three times less my size. Divided by 3.
1/3 your current size.
Yes, 1/3 my current size. That would be like less than 2 feet tall.
I remember when I was 5 or 6, I remember weighing about 31 pounds, so that's a third or less than what I weighed.
Okay, so
like King Kong.
King Kong was you when you were...
When I was 6.
When you were 6. But you were much taller than 2 feet then.
I was.
Yes.
I was also kind of
So it's a height issue. So they have to... So King Kong has to be bumped up in order to go toe-to-toe. Because they want the King Kong from Skull Island.
That is the suspension of disbelief that people cannot have for that film.
Yes.
Okay.
So that's the issue.
Okay.
So
I try to stay out of politics.
Are people being literal?
Yeah.
Absolutely. But, they're the ones paying for the ticket. They're the consumers. So it's their right. So the thing is, Jasmine, what do you think about that? Do you think that's just silly? Do you think that's kind of hokey? Do you think that's just an excuse to get them to fight?
I think it's already a movie about Godzilla and King Kong, so I don't know if hokey is really an issue. But I would say that's entirely feasible. There are a lot of the very largest of large animals do seemingly keep getting bigger. Look at how turtles sometimes are like hundreds of years old and get bigger and bigger. And alligators, they don't think there's an upper, or crocodiles at least, there isn't like an upper end of how big they can get. It's how long they live. They just keep getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
So you could think that about whatever the biggest of the primates ever was. He might just keep getting bigger and bigger if he's got plenty of dinosaurs to eat or whatever.
Luna says if I wanted to play or watch King Kong vs. Godzilla, I would play or watch Rampage.
Oh, that's a video game I've played.
And it was also a movie.
Oh, I don't think I saw the movie.
Starring The Rock, which was it was a weird one. Blob says just the Mighty Morphing Power Rangers and Jet Jaguar.
Oh,
yep, they all whoop, they get big. Katie says it just cracked me up, but I'll still go see it.
Yeah.
I don't.
I'd see it at a drive-in,
okay.
Especially.
I would say King Kong, in my opinion, its story is not quite the same thing as a normal kaiju story. I don't consider King Kong a kaiju per se, but when he is against Godzilla, I would say he is then kaiju.
Well, Godzilla was loosely based off of King Kong, sort of.
Maybe so.
Yeah.
But Godzilla. I'm sorry, King Kong actually has a story, and you can write story, and there's meaning, and it's not. It's kind of a love story. It's got.
I don't need a love story in every movie.
No, it doesn't have to be a love story, but it has. There's compassion there. You're dealing with a. Godzilla just hops around like an idiot, and he shoots. It's just awful.
He's angry at the military. Because they exploded bombs by where his birthplace was in the ocean.
Yes.
You could. It's kind of like in Cloverfield. If you want a more recent, like American sort of.
I guess they're going to come out with another Cloverfield that is like the first one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I really did enjoy the thing with John Goodman, though.
Oh, that was lovely.
That
I
was
liked
cool.
that too. I like John Goodman a lot. He's a great actor.
I did not see Pacific Rim, believe it or not, Blob, but it's funny because people with the last name Beckett are in it.
Yes, there's in fact
it's spelled with one T, right?
It's one of the only times you see it, and there is a character that is mentioned that has a sister in it named Jasmine, because it's the only other Jasmine Beckett that's spelled the way mine is.
So
like,
Jasmine,
on the internet.
Jasmine is in Pacific Rim.
I am technically in Pacific Rim,
or something like that. But yeah,
did they make a video game out of Pacific Rim? I bet they could.
They probably did. It probably wasn't good. It's rare that movie video games are good.
Oh. E.T.? No.
E.T. is awful.
That's kind of...
But it's not... I mean, I don't know if it's the worst video game ever. It's pretty bad.
It's often touted as such because... Remember that documentary we watched about it? That about the landfill in Arizona? And it was where all the E.T. games went?
Yes.
Yeah. And they went and dug it up and they found remnants of them because people thought it was an urban legend, I think.
Leela says there are 2 movies that I'm looking forward to seeing, and they are Morbius and Spiral. I don't know what Spiral is, but I know what Morbius
like the horror
is.
Film? Or are they redoing it?
I don't know the film.
It was a while ago.
Spiral?
No, it was like around the time, maybe around the time I met you, ish. Like maybe.
Allie, I'm pretty sure Resident Evil was a video game first, and then an awful movie.
Maybe. Yeah, I'm sure that was a video game first.
And Katie says it's rare that a video game made into a movie being good.
Blood Rain.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
Super Mario Brothers.
That's one of the worst things I've ever
movie.
seen.
Dennis Hopper.
Luna says I look forward to seeing Morbius. And Allie says, hey, LOL. But yeah, Resident. I'm trying to think. Has there ever been a video game movie that was good?
I'm sure there have been.
I actually didn't. I actually kind of liked the first Mortal Kombat movie.
Yeah.
World of Warcraft was a good film. Really?
I didn't know it was a film.
I didn't see it.
Didn't know.
Resident Evil wasn't bad. X-Men was a comic and a video game.
Yeah, things that were comics
it was a comic.
Are a little different.
It was a comic though.
Or like I was telling you, Maddie Mothra was a graphic novel in the 40s.
Silent Hill's not bad.
Silent Hill, yeah, that was kind of an.
That's
it had
true,
some
Mountain.
real actors in it.
That's true.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember World of Warcraft as a film.
Was it animated?
Mm-hmm.
Or was it like CG animated?
Gadget says that I have to watch it and let him know.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Witcher.
Well, Matt can.
Witcher. Yeah, it's a TV show. Yeah, I watched.
That's a
I
TV
still need to finish it.
Yeah.
Was a book series first.
Oh, okay.
Then it was it was book first.
Mm-hmm.
Then it was a video game. Then it was a TV series.
Mm-hmm.
So
well, it was a book first. It gives it a little bit more depth, I guess.
Sonic, I never saw that. Did anyone end up seeing Sonic? Oh, actually, I like the Pikachu movie. Detective Pikachu was fantastic.
Yeah, you liked that. I didn't see it, but you took the kids to it, the nieces and nephews.
Yes, it was phenomenal.
And they liked it. Yeah.
Yes, Detective Pikachu might be.
It looked.
I'm trying to think if there's a better video game movie that I've seen than that. That might be the best one.
You and I, Matt, have had this conversation before, and I think we came up with something. And I'm trying to remember what it was.
And people like Sonic in the room. I remember they had to fix his teeth because it was freaking people out when it was the preview.
Really?
So they did it. As someone who grew up on Pokemon, I absolutely love Detective Pikachu. Oh, that's a Brandon.
Oh.
Hey, I'm happy you saw that movie, Brandon. I would have recommended it to you if you hadn't.
Which one?
Detective Pikachu. Yeah, but it's Tron. Tron was a pretty.
Tron's a great movie.
Yeah, Tron was a
and that was a video
film that the film and the video game came out right after the film, and that's a fun little video game.
Around the same time. Yeah, I've played it many times.
Yeah, and Tron is excellent.
Anytime at Disney
fantastic
there's any
concept.
arcades, they always have that. Yeah, that's a very clever one.
Yeah, the Tron sequel's
really
also.
interesting.
I love the Tron sequel. A lot of people didn't. I thought it was cool.
I liked it. It's alright. I really liked the first one a lot.
Oh, Spiral's the Saw dude.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, it's like his origin story, maybe.
Yes. That's what.
Bob's Chemist says, "I love Tron." My mom loved it too.
Yeah, my dad liked Tron. He showed it to me when I was little.
Do you know what movie I think's underrated?
Which one?
But I thought it was cool. Speed Racer.
I didn't
Came out a few
I didn't
years
see
ago.
that one.
Probably about 8 years ago or something.
I didn't see that either, but you saw it in the theater.
Tron is going to be a new ride at Disney. Yes. I hope that happens.
Yes, I hope so too. But it will.
Oh, Street Fighter, the movie is horrible. And I love Jean-Claude Van Damme. Oh, that was bad.
I don't remember if I saw Street Fighter or not.
Katie says, I love the 2009 movie, so awesome in 3D. Was that Speed Racer? Okay, yeah, I guess it was 2009. Yeah, Speed Racer was cool.
I didn't see that one.
It was well done.
Was it American?
It had a international cast.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
Any actors that
John Goodman was one of the. He was
I was going to
Pops.
say, was John Goodman in it? I know
Yeah.
I just mentioned him. I didn't want to sound stupid.
Street Fighter was very tongue in cheek. It was a laugh.
Okay, well, you know what? If they treated things more like that, maybe that would work better.
One of my favorite characters from Street Fighter, the game, is Dalsim.
Yeah.
And he is not represented very well in the movie at all. I remember it's like probably 9/10, 90% in the movie, and then suddenly you see Dalsim, who's a doctor.
Yeah.
In the movie, and you see him hanging out with Blanca, but he never does a stretchy thing as far as I remember.
You have that shirt.
Yes, I have a Dalsim shirt.
That's cute.
Tammy says, hug all. She gave the room. Yes, Luna says, no, he wasn't creepy doctor. He wasn't creepy doctor?
John Goodman?
I'm pretty sure he was a doctor in it, wasn't he?
Is he the dad?
Not John Goodman, Dalsim.
Oh, gotcha.
Well, maybe I saw a different movie. I don't know. You know, sometimes I wonder if after I see a movie and I didn't like it, and I never see it again, if I rewrite parts of it in my brain. Oh, he was a creepy doctor. Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
It'd be a weird thing to imagine.
Well, yeah, but then he had the cool tattoos on his head and stuff like the character does. Suddenly, it didn't make any sense. And he's kind of hunched over and hanging out with Blanca, the sad Brazilian monster that they're creating in the lab. So, I don't know. I guess the burden is to try to make a movie out of a fighting game.
Yeah, it's true. There's only so much you can do.
Yes, and Raul Julia was in it. He was M. Bison.
Oh, huh. I like Raul Julia. I'm so sad when he died.
I'm
not old enough to die.
What character? And Chun-Li as a reporter was weird. That is weird.
That is confusing. I don't know.
Yeah, Guile. Jean-Claude Van Damme was Guile, but at least Jean-Claude Van Damme did the cool backwards kick move thing that Guile does.
Oh, the special move.
Yeah. It's kind of cool. He does that. Zangief was in it. Not E Honda. I almost said Piston Honda.
Piston Honda is from Punch Out. Did they ever make a movie out of Punch Out?
I don't think they ever made a movie out of Punch Out. I mean, the closest you're gonna get to that is probably Captain N, the Game Master.
Which one?
Captain N, the Game Master, where one of the main characters is one of the bad guys is King Hippo, and for some reason is blue.
And it's a movie?
No, it's a cartoon.
Oh. Well, there's cartoons that are made out of video games. Look at the horrible Pac-Man show. What the hell was that?
Pac-Man show?
There was like a show that was Pac-Man when I was little.
Yeah, I liked it.
Oh. Okay.
I rember the music.
Okay. Well, I remember the music from Pac-Man too. It doesn't mean it's like, super deeper.
Yeah, and he had...
I like the game Pac-Man.
And he'd say, like, Pac-Man power or something. I
forget
what he said.
He had, like, a family. Like, he had children. And
yes, and the ghosts were, like, hoodlums around the town, and he'd still eat the little...
power pellets.
That happened to be floating in his town.
Yeah.
It was really strange.
That's probably why they moved there. Food source. No, that was weird.
Do you remember Pac-Man cereal?
Do you think that's something I
No,
should remember?
okay, no, you don't understand. Emma says, hi, Jasmine from a cold and wet Stoke-on-Trent.
Oh, hi! Hello,
Pixels
Stoke-on-Trent.
movie was a lot of fun with Adam Sandler. Ooh, Katie, I've never heard anything good about that movie.
I've never heard anything good about Adam Sandler. Just kidding.
Pixels was great, Gadget says. I've never...
Pixels.
Wow.
I remember Nick had watched it and he just thought it was awful. And
Yeah,
I was like,
I thought that was...
If anybody was going to like it, it was probably going to be him, so I don't know. Huh.
Yeah, I've never heard a good review of that.
Well, maybe you should watch it and make
I
up
will
your
watch
own
it.
mind.
Now I will
It
watch
probably
it.
has cool graphics in it or something. Might have jokes.
Has anyone seen Gem and the Holograms movie? Not what I expected. I did not see that.
No.
I saw Josie and the Pussycats, though.
I didn't see that either. But I read the comics of Josie and the Pussycats when I was little. I read
Okay,
all those.
another person says Pixels was good. Okay, Matt is going
Okay,
to look at
you should
IMDb
watch it.
here.
Yeah. What didn't it
'Cause
have
I'm
like
confused.
I swear it came out and it was like on Rotten Tomatoes, and it literally had like 2% or so, or something really low.
As soon as I pull up IMDb, I see King Kong there.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes. Probably thinks I'm
Not Dead Pixels.
Dead
Okay,
Pixels.
let's see what we got here.
Well, this is looking cool. Don't know how much you guys can tell. What I'm doing now is I'm putting in some shadows and some richer red tones.
5.5.
5.5
Ooh,
does not a good
that's not
movie
very.
make,
Yeah, that's not the best
IMDb.
rating. But
No,
I will.
IMDb disagrees with me sometimes. Some of my favorite movies have terrible scores.
Okay, so Black Widow says I'll be third. Pixels is great.
Really?
And then M Kitty says I love Pixels. I can't judge it. I didn't see it.
I did not see it either.
So there you go.
All I saw was
The
that
comics
Adam Sandler in it.
I used the comics I used read were you used to read were
Yeah.
Tales from the Crypt.
Oh, I love those. Well, I love all those old horror comics. We have millions of those, don't we? Maybe?
Okay, so there's like, is there anyone in the room that didn't like Pixels? Or Jasmine, do you wait? If Jasmine had a Venn diagram of people that like Pixels and people that like Jasmine's art, would they be the same circle?
Maybe that's my market.
Maybe that's.
That's my audience.
You know, we should have tried to have an ad in that
I
film
should
or
have
something.
tried to be more like Adam Sandler.
Yes.
Starting out, my fans would prefer.
El Hurt says it's snowing here in Maryland. We
Oh.
are supposed to get it on and off until Tuesday.
Wow.
Brr. Tuesday.
That
Hikes.
is a lot of snow. I guess it is January still.
But yeah, anyway,
Even though we're gonna put out a
Pac-Man
spring
cereal,
movie.
Jasmine.
No, baby, I didn't have enough sort of
It had.
junky cereal. when I was a
Okay, Jay
kid.
Graff is not a fan of Pixel.
Okay.
Uh,
Alright.
The cereal had a dance to it.
What?
On the commercial,
Okay.
you can do it. You can do the Pac-Man.
Was it like the Bartmeal?
You want me to I'll show it to you.
Okay, this is not gonna be on camera.
No, it's not going to be on camera.
Okay, that I mean, it's basically what you think Pac-Man's like.
But you got to
eating up
swing your arm around like it's a big circle.
No, no.
Clap twice.
No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna hit like a camera or something here. Don't want to do that. But
Yeah,
I'll
they
take
had
your
a
word
Pac-Man cereal. You can open up wide, find all the ghost men hiding inside. You
Well,
can
what
do
was
it.
the cereal?
You can
Was
do
it
the
like-
Pac-Man?
for it.
It was like
Lucky Charms. And it had
Lucky Charms.
ghosts?
Yep.
Okay, I can already imagine.
As
it,
I
but-
remember, it was Lucky Charms. I got it once, and I think that's about how long it lasted on the shelf.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
So-
I believe the animated TV series was not around for very long. I think it was just one season, maybe half a season, 12 episodes.
Yeah. Did anyone else have or remember the Pac-Man commercial?
Pac-Man commercial for the video game?
Oh, yeah.
Or for the cereal? Or
For the cereal.
dance? Oh,
Just the cereal.
no, I
Everyone
didn't know
needs
it
to
was a
check out the
cereal.
new Fruit Loops Pop-Tarts.
Are you just making conversation? Or
No,
did
that's
somebody
what
say that?
Glenda
Okay.
says.
Oh.
Jay Graff says, okay, I was a kid watching Dark Shadows. I watched Dark Shadows
I used to watch
in
that
the
when I
hospital
was-
when I was an ill child.
Yeah, so I was gonna say I associated it with being very sick.
Me too.
And it was like one of the things that was on, and it was like the gothest thing that was on daytime television.
The thing I remember, and it could have been
man.
the reception we were getting,
Yeah.
but it seemed very grainy
It was not high quality film.
But then I'm wondering if that's just how
it was
Dark
like
Shadows
soap opera
was.
quality film.
No, we bought them today, Jasmine. Glenda says. Oh, Pop-Tarts.
Oh, the Pop-Tart thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Fruit Loops Pop-Tarts.
I'm not a fan of Fruit Loops or Pop-Tarts, so I probably wouldn't like it, but Matt might. I don't know.
I don't want them.
You don't want to? Yeah, I'm kind of scientific about
that's
what I have
the thing
for breakfast
is,
usually.
I think I would try more things if there was a child in the house.
Yes, that's
because then I could,
true.
if I didn't like them, I could just say,
I'm
"Well, you have it now."
worried about wasting stuff. It's like if I got it to try like a bite of one and I hated it, I
Right.
don't know what I'd feel horrible about throwing it away, and then I'd be like, "What do I feed it to raccoons?"
Right. If I get something more like getting a candy bar would make more sense to me if I could just have one rather than buying a pack.
Well, there was somewhere, I think it was at 7-Eleven that I saw they had Pop-Tarts that you buy like individually.
Oh, so Gadgets said, "Chomp Chomp Delicious Pac-Man cereal." I just watched the advert. Cool.
Oh my gosh.
Now as an adult, Dark Shadows is a riot. Dark Shadows is a riot.
My aunt had a recording of the blooper reel extras that was like probably on the DVD from the original show or something, and so many scenes and walls falling over, and it's kind of the Ed Wood thing. It's like the tombstone fell over, it's made out of cardboard. Oh, keep filming, it's fine. And there's so much stuff like that in there.
They had their budget.
They had a lot of enthusiasm though, and that can take you a long way.
Tiffbug says, "Jasmine, I love your shirt."
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I actually
kind of made out of stockings.
I do too, Tiffbug. I shot Jasmine a comment before.
You did.
I was like, "Oh, you look cute. I like your shirt."
Thank you.
So I concur. Oh, thank you so much for resubscribing, JB Reynolds.
Oh,
so 21 months in a row.
Thank you very much.
You rock. I used to work for Kellogg's, and I used to try to get all the new stuff. Jay Graff says, "Oh, that's cool. That is cool." Kellogg has an interesting history.
I know a great deal about Kellogg.
Yeah, I do too.
You do probably
or not. I don't. I don't 100%. Probably not as good as you.
I've read a lot of books about.
But no, interesting stuff was
very into health.
Right. It was stuff. The mission statement basically. It seemed that Kellogg was trying to get healthy food to people.
Yes.
Yep. You can't complain with that.
No. And to be fair, around before that, a lot of breakfasts were not healthy things, or people eat a lot of heavy stuff as opposed to things like cereal or grains for breakfast.
That's true, but man,
or Pop-Tarts.
I could really go for a nice English breakfast right now.
Yeah, kind of. My idea of English breakfast is odd because I don't like the eggs.
Well, I like the veggie English breakfast, but
yeah, veggie.
I always see these men in pubs in England, and they're alone.
Yeah,
and they're
pensioners.
Yes, and they're eating their English breakfast, and they have a huge pint at breakfast, and I'm like, that's the English way.
You're retired, and
absolutely, go for it. Why not?
It's like the same 5 old men probably get together and sit and have their breakfast every morning and get drunk for lunch, I guess. I don't know.
And they're always cheerful, and they smile at me.
True.
Jane Jolie says, "Jasmine, this painting is so beautiful."
Oh, thank you very much. I'm really liking how it's turned out.
Yes, and Jane, this is titled Arsenic and Old Lace.
And it is not specifically based off of the play, but contains similar themes. And I love the title.
Oh yeah, and
I like the play. I like the film too.
We were saying Jimmy Stewart last week, but it turns out it was Cary Grant.
It is
which
Grant.
I have I mix them up probably because I'm not of that era, but I see them as kind of interchangeable. I would say Jimmy Stewart has more versatility than Cary Grant.
Jimmy Stewart is much better. Well, not always. He's usually he's a better comedic actor.
Well, he's funny, and he can also be a cowboy and stuff.
Everybody can be a cowboy.
Oh, try telling that to a cowboy. Missy.
I'm from Kansas. I can.
I'm from Kansas too, and I don't know any cowboys. Or I'm from Missouri, rather. No more, as all pubs have been shut nearly all year. Well, yeah, Siren.
Yeah. Well, I haven't been to the UK for over a year either.
Fair enough. That's not what I meant.
All these COVID spreaders. Yeah, I know. Having their breakfast at the pub.
Please tell me what an English breakfast is. Well, gosh, there's probably 9 people in the room that could say it better than me. Basically, it's...
Start off, you will have sausages or sometimes bacon.
Sausages or bacon, so that's your meat. I would have the veggie.
Yes, and we have the veggie sausages.
Toast. Mushrooms,
field mushrooms,
tomatoes,
and tomatoes
that are half in beans.
Grilled tomatoes are like one of my favorite.
Am I missing anything?
Beans, like they're kind of
like
I
said beans.
What we'd have baked beans. Toast, mushroom, beans, eggy wags.
Yep.
I don't have the eggy wags. Tea.
Tea is good.
Tea is good. Yeah.
Gadget said had one tonight. Yum yum.
Hey.
It's a black pudding. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. Sometimes it's a black pudding.
Sometimes they even have vegetarian or vegan black pudding.
They do.
I actually bought a frozen vegan black pudding that I brought back from the UK in my suitcase once.
Did I have any?
No, it's in the freezer at the reunion house.
Oh.
It's supposed to stay good frozen for 2 years. I don't know.
Hash browns. Yes.
Hash browns, potatoes. Yeah, some sort of potato.
A scone, huh? I don't remember having a scone on mine.
That might be instead of toast.
I said toast, Leela.
Yeah, some people have toast. Well, it depends where you're from. Some people might have other sort of bready things.
Yes.
Like a little
and if you're in England, they'll ask you. They say white or brown bread. They don't see wheat bread there.
No, or they'll say granary bread.
Right. Stewed tomatoes. Yep. Huh? The tomatoes. Yep.
Yeah, tomatoes. Grilled tomatoes, man.
Those are good.
Tomato. I almost always grill tomatoes or broil them at home. I love them.
And don't forget the sauce, Jasmine. What sauce might you put on it?
I put HP.
HP sauce,
yeah.
Which I find it more. I see it more and more in American grocery stores now.
You do, especially here in Florida, because we get a lot of expats from Britain here. So like, there's often like a section that might have HP sauce.
The first time
times markup.
The first time I tried it, I did not like HP sauce, and I thought that it tastes like dried ketchup. But as I continued to eat it, I started to enjoy it, and it didn't taste like dried ketchup.
To Americans, I would say it's a combination of Heinz 57 and A1 steak sauce. We mixed them together.
Yeah, it's
Malt
good.
vinegar too. I like putting that on my breakfast.
Well, that's fantastic.
Yeah, especially on potatoes.
So, but
dang, I'm getting hungry now.
Oh, I'm sorry.
This happened last time.
Yeah, Jay Graff says HP sauce is great. Yes, also referred to as Harry Potter sauce.
Oh, or the one my stepmother made everybody for Christmas, and she made a label, HP Lovecraft sauce. Yes,
HP Lovecraft
she had a little
sauce.
Illustration of HP Lovecraft.
Hewlett Packard sauce.
Yeah, Hewlett Packard. Oh,
yes, tastes like Hewlett Packard. Oh, I like it on pasties, says Jay Graff.
Oh, that's a good breakfast. If you don't have time to sit down and have a giant breakfast, have a pasty.
Oh, so Nigel likes the variation, an Irish breakfast.
Irish breakfast.
And that is very good. It's very similar. He says
kind of Guinness.
With faith bread.
Oh, okay. Is that like soda bread?
Yes.
Okay, I
think so.
Soda bread.
Horsepower sauce.
Horsepower.
Yes.
57 horsepower. No.
Yes. Well, sometimes I call Harry Potter Lovecraft.
Yeah, Harry Potter Lovecraft.
Horsepower sauce. That's disturbing almost. I guess that's gasoline.
I think of it like for physics, like when you're figure out how much horsepower for. Oh, I'm just gonna be boring. Never mind. God, I'm dull. Okay.
But yeah,
is more interesting.
So close to Heinz 57, Glenda says.
Yeah, Heinz 57, but a little bit of A1, I would say.
In my opinion, it has the thing is, I feel that it has the consistency of Heinz 57, but closer to the flavor of A1.
Well, they don't use as many artificial like emulsifiers and as many preservatives, and it wouldn't have like the corn syrup and stuff too, so it's gonna have a slightly different consistency.
Do you know Taity bread? Taity bread?
Tayti? I don't think so. That doesn't sound familiar.
I don't know that one, Nigel.
Is it from the UK? Is it a brand or is it a type?
Alcohol proof is sometimes referred to as horsepower. What were you asking, Jasmine?
I was saying if it was like a brand or is it a type?
I'm not sure. Nigel was mentioning after talking about Irish breakfast. What's
I like it when they have
it's
bread.
Potato bread. Oh, like
potato bread.
Like tatty bread? Tatty?
Taters.
Potatoes. What's taters, precious? Ah, in concert. Potato bread is good. We have it here in America.
I love potato bread.
It's good.
Yeah, you also various different cultures of it. Like you'll have it in Eastern European Jewish food. Sometimes I'll have potato bread.
We can just be really confusing and get some potato bread and put some head cheese on it.
Oh, gross! Don't. Oh, gross! My dad used to buy head cheese.
That's disgusting,
from a butcher
Jasmine.
shop when I was little, and he'd like fry it and show me all the different parts. And he's like, "This used to be organs, and this used to be lungs," and it's so gross. And it's not cheese.
Hey,
like
Bianca's in the room. Hey, Bianca, how's it going? We're talking about head cheese.
Ugh.
Join in the conversation.
No. Wonder if they make a vegan head cheese.
Oh, Leela says it's the Hobbit and Nigel. Taters precious.
Taters precious.
Potatoes.
What?
Glenda says nasty. Of course it's nasty. I mean, it's old. I mean, I don't know who would.
It was obsolete when my family ate it.
Ugh. Say, are you? Say, I'm a vegetarian, but I eat cheese. Do you eat head cheese? God no.
No. For people who don't know, it's basically a bunch of cheap organ meats that have been smushed together into a type of lunch meat that you slice. And my dad would fry it. And it was just terrible.
Vegan head cheese.
That's what I was saying. Well, the fact that I found the black pudding, the blood pudding that was vegan was pretty fun. Hey, is my thing's not working?
Oh, okay.
My camera.
I'll go to our bumper.
Mm.
Showing off there the print of the week there. Faces of Fairy
excellent.
225.
Yay.
Now back to the broadcast. But yes, but the thing is, head cheese and stuff is gross, but for some reason it's such a fun topic. I like talking about those gross meats of old.
Yeah,
and it's like, really, people had that.
I can trace like my vegetarianism back to almost every meal my dad cooked.
It's the leftover bit, says Bianca. And
It is.
Glenda's up here, she says it's about as bad as liver loaf.
Oh, we used to have liver loaf. My dad used to make kidney dumplings in the blender, and then like whenever we tried to use the blender for anything else, it was like have pieces of liver in the thing. It was so gross.
I knew Blob was a vampire. But the key ingredient in black pudding is blood.
It is.
And then with a little devil sign, Jasmine.
So that's what I wonder about my vegan blood pudding that I have frozen. That
You
I
know,
have not unthawed.
the thing is, I question the vegan blood pudding and the vegan head cheese that we've mentioned there. The thing is, vegan is yet another. It's further removed from vegetarianism even. The fact that somebody, a vegan, would say, "I remember head cheese enough to simulate the flavor," is kind of weird to me.
It would have to be maybe if it was part of a cultural thing, or maybe if it was affiliated with a holiday, like how we have we specifically will have a vegan tofurkey. You know, it's like, not that I even really want a whole turkey necessarily, even if I ate meat, but it's like Thanksgiving, so you feel like you're supposed to have a turkey, you know? There might be something like that for blood pudding and head cheese and other types of... It's
true. Jay Graff here says, my dad would fry up blood sausage.
Yeah.
And Blob says, ew, pork brains in my milk gravy.
Yeah.
Yes, that is obscene. The thing is, but, just going to put in my 2 cents, and I think Jasmine would agree with this, and a lot of you in the room probably.
Probably. What is it?
The fact that it's not wasteful.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
That's true.
So if you're like, I remember a guy, when I think your dad did this too, Jasmine. I remember a guy when I was younger, after KFC, he would snap open the bone.
Oh, we had to.
And suck out
chicken.
the marrow.
Our plates were not finished unless we ate the marrow.
Right. So.
Yeah, and I can tell you that's probably why I don't eat meat now.
So,
Ugh.
it's kind of like, it's kind of almost goes back to Native American philosophy, is like use every piece of that animal.
Sure.
So,
well, I mean, my dad's still like that with things.
Yeah.
Last time I went to his house, he was cutting up a deer with a chainsaw.
And I was not present, right?
You were upstairs.
Yeah, he'd probably tell me not to come down.
Yeah. Alcibiades was there.
That's so gross, Jasmine.
Okay.
U.S. East Coast folks may be familiar with scrapple.
Oh, that is a lot like head cheese.
Jasmine, that's what you said is my beard.
Yes.
You're saying that my beard is head cheese? My beard?
No, scrapple's like all the little bits of leftover meat, and you put it like with gravy, and people eat it on toast. There are vegetarian versions.
Was it scrabble, scrapple, and beard?
Yep.
Aw. That's pretty gross, Scrapple.
Yeah.
I'm more familiar with Scrabble.
I'm good at that.
America's good time game.
Yeah.
Jasmine and I are both good at Scrabble. But I remember watching that documentary when those guys are really good at Scrabble.
Those guys are so cool.
They're not cool. Scrapple is basically haggis. Okay.
Organ meats, man.
Jay Graff says, we are only 2 or 3 generations from the Great Depression, and my grandmother would do dishes from then. Oh,
yeah,
dude, I see.
Like meals from
For a second, I thought you meant wash dishes, Jay Graff. Yes, I think Jasmine's demographic-wise, none of us, neither one of Jasmine or I come from well-to-do families, so everybody got by.
Yeah.
So even when you had Great Depression people that weren't that long ago, and you don't have a lot of money, you keep doing the Great Depression things.
Exactly. It's like I tell kids sometimes that I grew up in the Great Depression because my dad my grandma did, and my dad just kind of lived the same way after that, and we didn't make it into this century very well.
Right. Now we're sounding all like old fogey, like, it's not back in our day. It's like what
and things, like all sorts of. I mean, we used to eat frogs. I mean, ugh.
Oh, that's disgusting. The lucky thing with my mother, what's cool is she was when she was pregnant with me, she was a vegetarian. She wanted to make sure that she didn't have meat when she was pregnant.
Like how people would stop smoking or drinking or
yes, she had nothing with me, so that's why it came out so darn good. Jasmine's like, oh yeah, but
my family was eating frogs.
Yeah, she adopted a vegetarian lifestyle in the 70s, and there were so many books, and we have so many of them.
I do. I've got
that
so
have
many
very
old vegetarian books. They're magnificent.
Very modest meals that are cheap.
Yeah.
That you'd make vegetarian, and that's a lot of the weird food that I know. The homemade food that I know is weird vegetarian food.
Yeah.
So that I still sometimes crave.
Well, lucky for you, I know how to make a lot of those things.
Yeah.
I can make seitan from scratch. Give me a bag of flour. I can make any fake meat in the world almost.
But my family did go in and out of phases with vegetarianism, and I was kind of like, I went along. I was a kid, so I was just kind of subject to that. So I have had things like pork chops and plenty of hamburgers. I mean, when I was a teenager, I once ate 23 McDonald's cheeseburgers in one session. And people,
so you got all your lifetime of meat eating done early.
I think I did.
Okay. Right.
I ate 23 cheeseburgers in one session.
God, I think the only time I remember going to a McDonald's was in India, and they don't serve beef at that. At the ones in India.
No, they don't.
Oddly enough,
yeah.
they'll have chicken, but they don't
on
serve
one
beef.
side of it.
On one side of it, and they have people in green aprons, and I had a mixed spicy paneer.
Blob Help says you needed calories, and some of those old era recipes were doing just that.
Spider darker on here.
All right, so let's see. About 1 minute to raffle.
Oh, I'll show off the prizes again. Just a second.
But yeah.
Yep, there.
I remember I shocked my friend named Kane. We were playing something like Dungeons and Dragons. It was a game called Rifts. Yeah. And man, I love that. But I was starving. It was late night. Must have been like 11:30 or something.
Wow, you stayed up late. So this one, I'll autograph these. You'll get this, our print of the week. You'll get the Disney prints from Epcot and the painting pixie. Somebody will get them in a minute.
Ooh, there we go. That is my little indicator that it is time to do the raffle.
Awesome.
So I will pick a winner. Let's pick that winner. Let's see. It is Luna Lilitha.
Oh, that's a lovely name.
Luna Lilitha. I hope I pronounced that right. And I will put the it's important that you look at the directions in the chat room, Luna.
And then you'll tell me your address, and we will mail your prizes to you, and I will sign them. And then in about an hour, we'll have the next giveaway. We'll talk about that in a minute after Matt's got Luna contacted.
Okay, and I will start the next raffle.
And we do them on the hour, so right at an hour
Oh,
from now.
yeah, saw that she saw.
Oh, she in the
that.
room? Oh,
she
good.
is in the room. It's always nice when they're in the room, especially when I'm not as familiar with them. So yeah, Luna.
Well, you will be now
thanks for
because of the
joining
prize.
us.
Thank
If you
very
haven't,
much.
sometimes people don't chat. It's cool. You don't have to chat.
Gosh, no.
You can just hear Matt continue going on like an idiot as Jasmine listens to him, and we just have a little bit of fun. And that's really what this is about.
It is.
And I will start the next giveaway, which is a pin giveaway.
Yeah, so
Lots
you'll
of
get
pins.
the
It's
cut.
so many pins. It's
Yeah,
kind of wacky.
I was gonna say, God, how many
Wacky with pins.
Because it's still January, so they'll get the swans.
Yep.
Okay,
This is
so
our
this'll be-
the last broadcast we are giving away the swans as pins.
Yeah. Well, it's because it's the last day of January. So
Correct.
similarly, this is the last day if somebody were to join Patreon. It's the last time that
Very
they
important to
get-
mention that.
Yes, yes. So if somebody's thinking they want these pins, you have until midnight Eastern time today. Is that how it works? Because then it turns into February, and we'll have different pins. So, but this is our current pins of the month for January. Anytime in January, and you will be winning those. Our prize winner for the next hour. And you'll also get the Painting Pixie and the Epcot Disney prints too. So we'll have a nice little packet and we'll mail it off to you. Woo.
Oh boy. So yes, I like that second raffle.
Mm-hmm.
Pins are cool.
I like them.
Hey, did you show off those pins?
What did I just do?
I don't know. I was looking at other stuffs.
The black swan and white swan. Oh, the Unseelie. No,
Yeah.
I haven't shown people those yet. Hey. Hold on. They're really cool. Okay. These will, Patreon people, you know which day these are going up for sale, and you guys know what time. You guys get to find out first at Patreon, of course, and these will be available sometime this coming up week at Strangeling.com. The limited edition set of 250, and this, of course, is the Unseelie Apocalypse set. So you've got pestilence, war, famine, and death. And we will those will be up on the Strangeling.com website sometime this week. If you want to find the exact time, if you're worried about missing, because we do only have 250 sets, then you could go look at my Patreon page, and it says what time, what day, set your little alarm, and hop up at Strangeling.com. Pretty cool.
Leela wants to know what the pin for what is it? Did you say March, Leela? What the pin for March is going to be?
I think is that the one I decided to do, Zombie Kitty?
Do you want me to say?
I don't know. Do you know?
Do
you remember?
I think that you're
I
doing
designed several.
Zombie Kitty.
Mm-hmm.
I think
is that the one that's for March?
I think so.
Okay, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So,
okay, Zombie Kitty. Well, I remember for a while I was thinking about doing Twilight Delight, but I think I'm going to do that for maybe April.
Bianca says that she hopes you had fun at Epcot.
Oh yeah, we had a great time at Epcot.
And I told her, yes, I saw a mariachi band.
Yes, they
You know that band rocks.
They are really
Or
good. They're a talented group.
They mariachi.
Yes.
I guess
they
mariachi. But I love a mariachi band. I think sometime I am gonna hire a mariachi band for some reason.
Like for an event?
Yes.
A wedding or something?
Something. I don't know. My own private enjoyment. I don't know. I was like, I'm bored. I'll get the mariachi band on the phone. And just have them come.
To a nice restaurant, or you just want to hire
just-
a mariachi band and have Del Taco in the backyard?
That sounds wonderful.
Huh?
I don't know if there's a better time than that.
That sounds pretty great.
I want Del Taco to cater.
Ooh, or chronic tacos. Those are good too.
Yep. And then Tigger says a zombie kitty pin. I can't wait.
Yeah, Zombie Kitty. That's it. Yeah.
Oh wow, the Cardinals are fighting each other.
They're fighting each other.
Or they're I don't know.
Are they in love?
I hope so.
Okay.
I hope they're both Cardinals.
There's some. There was Tufted Titmouse out there too earlier.
I'll break
in
up
the
fight.
fountain.
I have to.
Just let sunshine out there.
I don't know.
Oh, birdies.
Oh,
I was gonna say I hear a cardinal
Yeah.
chirping. Yeah. There's a bunch of them were out
Don't
there.
you hurt each other.
No cardinals. I can't abide that.
Ah.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Sorry. Backyard birds.
We're gonna get Del Taco
Okay.
and hire a mariachi
hired
band. And what else?
I think it's funny how sometimes across the street from our house here, the people who are the drummers at the Japan Pavilion sometimes are at the park here, like in our town. It's funny, just for practice.
Oh,
the taiko drumming.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
they do that. There's a park near our home, and they'll do taiko
you
drumming.
Can hear it from
And
my
it was.
studio.
I felt like I was at Epcot.
It's like I recognize the songs because it's the same drumming songs that they have like at Epcot, and they're recognizable.
I'll hire them too.
Yeah, that's what I mean. They already come by our house all the time.
Yeah, I will. I wonder how many different like bands like that I can hire, and then I'll make them fight in Mortal Kombat.
No, that's not how musicians work, baby. Not too many musicians.
I think I'm thinking more of a. I'll be like Jabba the Hutt and like
and have a cantina.
Yes.
Okay.
And I will make the mariachi band fight the taiko drummers. Hey, I don't know.
Drummers have good arms.
Oh, thank you so much, Jack719.
Oh, what's that?
15 months.
Oh, lovely. Thank you.
Thank you so much. But yes, I will, not to the death. I'm not cruel.
Okay. No, I don't think it's right to make other people fight for sport. Just
okay, you're right. I shouldn't do that.
No.
I'll make them play music.
Well, that's their job. It's like
it's like okay.
Yeah.
It'll be like then it starts to turn into like Star Search.
Oh no, let's no. See, you've lost me now. I haven't really watched that much other, but I'm assuming it's like Love Boat.
Star Search is basically like Love Boat.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
I'm
basically the same.
Also, American Idol because I haven't watched that either.
Okay, so Leela's got a questions about pipelines.
Oh, okay.
I know that the Poe pin set is in the pipeline, but
yes.
May I ask if the seventh deadly sin is also in the pipeline?
Yes.
Sorry to keep asking.
Oh no, I like talking about pipelines as long as they don't involve natural gas and tribal lands. But yes, the other unseelie court, since I have done 6 of the 7 deadly sins, one of the next paintings I'm going to be working on, which will be for the Corey Halford Gallery 15th anniversary show, will be the final of the 7 deadly sins, and that would be Vanity. So I need to paint her. I'll probably be working on her next Twitch. I'll be working on the painting. So once I finish the painting of that will give me 7 sins. And since I like to do the pen sets in group of 4, I was thinking about doing a group of 4 of the sins, and then another set that's like 3 of the sins and the devil painting I have, because that's kind of the same format. You know, the one that was for the tarot deck?
I do.
It's called the devil. Yeah. She's got kind of like a circular background, and she has some historical art references around her, so I think she would fit in really well, and then it could be an even set of 8, if that makes sense. Because there's only 7 sins. And the devil's in charge of all of them. Yay.
You know that the character that you'll paint in Vanity is so vain. I bet that she thinks that painting is about her.
She does. I should make it look like Carly Simon just for the hell of it. She's pretty. I like
Leela said that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
And thank you.
Absolutely, Leela.
And Blob Help says love devil.
Yes.
Yes.
Love devil.
Love devil. I thought
devil.
so, Blob Help.
Devil.
You're showing your true colors tonight.
Heck yeah.
And
But
Leela's
yeah, I'll probably
LOLing
work
at me.
on that.
She's laughing at me again.
Oh,
Womp womp.
Maddie.
They're all gonna laugh at you. You know, I always thought it was be fun, a good parody of Carrie. I might do this in some capacity, where you guys are probably familiar with the movie Carrie, and her mother's
the original one, yeah,
yes.
Piper Laurie and Sissy Spacek.
Carrie decides that she's gonna be a stand-up comic. So her mom is really against this idea, right? Because her mom's.
I want people to all laugh at him. Though.
Yes, and she says they're all gonna laugh at you. They're all gonna laugh at you. That just makes me happy.
That makes your heart happy. We saw that at the drive-ins.
Yeah,
that was great.
It actually holds up pretty well.
It does.
I like that. I like the movie. It's good.
It's a good movie.
In my gosh, listening to Stephen King's story about his contract with that man, that is
unheard
very
of often nowadays.
I was like, wow, you made one one heck of an impression, Mr. King.
Well, you know what? He went on to make many very popular and financially successful books, so that would have been
was
a
a
good
clever
investment.
gamble on their part, I would say.
Yeah, that was a good investment. I mean, for heaven's sake. People could even say, like, oh, a Stephen King, like it's a thing, you know?
Leela says, thank you for lifting my spirit. So I was thinking about Stephen King, then I thought about the movie Sleepwalkers, and I wanted to tell you, last week, I think we're talking about
that's right, yeah, we were talking about
the movie Cat People.
Cat People, yes.
Well, I got a chance to finally show that movie to Jasmine.
Mm-hmm.
So
the British one with Malcolm McDowell.
It's not British, it's American.
It is the British licensing of the original Cat People movie, which is the one I was confusing it for.
But all the actors in it, except for the two main, are they're not American, but it happens in New Orleans and
but it's a British movie, and it's it was a British licensing of that same script.
Okay.
It was an international rights, and that's why it was like the other movie that I was talking about that was called Cat People.
Yes,
the first one.
But this had been this was a movie that I hadn't seen since I was a child, and I was like, oh man, I can't believe I watched this as a kid.
Yeah, that's not for kids. But.
It's
But yeah, Malcolm McDowell and Tassia Kinski. It is really, really good movie. Great music too.
It's not. It's got better rating than Pixels on IMDb.
There you go.
I think it's 6.6.
Oh, that's not bad. It's of its time.
Yeah, let me tell you, Fairy Bell.
I liked it.
The person that won the first giveaway was Luna Lithia.
Luna something. Luna Lithia. But no, I liked Cat People a lot. That was great.
So David Bowie did a song for the film.
I remember we heard it on the radio too.
It's
just right before that.
It was on I have Sirius XM in my vehicle, and I'm fond of a station called First Wave, which plays a lot of the songs that I like from the 80s, and it was playing that song, the theme song from Cat People that I had never, and it actually says the theme song from Cat People.
It's the name.
But it's also called something with gasoline.
Yes.
Putting out the fire with gasoline or something. And I took a picture of it, the little screen, and I sent it to Jasmine. I was like, now we kind of have to watch it. So we watched it just last night.
Watched it right after Epcot.
Yeah, right after our Epcot show. But Jasmine was very impressed with it.
I liked it. It's my sort of movie. Had kitties in it. They showed a lot of New Orleans too.
Yeah, not as much as I wish it would have.
You can tell it's all filmed like in the off hours, like 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yes.
In the French Quarter or something.
Yes, or during a pandemic.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a good little film. If I recommend it if you haven't seen it. And actually, we had to pay for it, didn't we?
It was like $2, $2.99 on
$3.99 on
whatever
Prime.
it is, how you rent something on Amazon
Prime Video.
Like if you don't buy it, but you rent it.
Right, but there are two other services that you could watch it on too: Vudu and something else. VUDU.
Oh, thought it was because it was New Orleans.
No.
That's cool. Is it like a Hulu or a Roku or?
Yes, but it does have Malcolm McDowell in it. But yeah, I don't think anyone in the room's seen it.
Wow, okay. Well, I'm glad that I had seen the American version of it. And it was very, very different than... It's funny to read that was the same film rights that were optioned.
Correct.
They're very different movies.
But in decades apart from each other.
And that one's in New York. Yeah? Yeah.
I don't remember.
Yeah. The lady walks down to Central Park, yeah?
Right. It's a good movie. The second one's kind of silly.
I like the second one of the other Cat People, but it has nothing to do. It was a movie. That was a movie that was meant to be a completely different movie, and they decided to repackage it as Cat People, I believe.
Now, sometimes I think we watch obscure things that I don't really think are obscure, but I think the rest of the world's like, why would I watch that? Jeanette says I've seen it.
That one, I have the DVD set of it that has...
Yeah, Mom likes that one.
Second.
My mom likes those. Oh, it's a horror movie. It's not very scary, but it's a horror movie.
Yeah. This one, the the Malcolm McDowell and Natasha Kinski one is more psychological thriller-y sort of stuff going on.
Jasmine, what is the name of the book with short stories that feature the character Poe?
That what?
What is the name of the book with short stories that feature the character Poe?
Is this a...
It's a Strangeling book?
Oh, okay. I thought you're talking about Edgar Allan Poe. Okay, Poe. Oh, that's that Amber wrote. It would be Strange. I think the first Strangeling book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The first Strangeling book.
Yeah. Strangeling, the art of Jasmine Becket-Griffith. The book that I had that was like a big coffee table book that came out. Published by Blue Angel. Still in print, I believe.
Yes.
It's one that came out right before, or not right before. It was the first installment before Forever Strange came out.
And then, let's see. I don't know what I was thinking. Zombie Kitty Pin was going to be a painting. LOL. I hope you got my email.
Oh, it will.
What about I'm sending?
It will probably be a painting too. Was somebody asking about the pin or the painting?
I think it's an email on something else.
Oh, okay. There is a painting called Zombie Kitty that I did, but it's a different design than what the pin design is. The pin design is actually based off of a line art drawing I did, just a pen and ink one I did not that long ago. I don't know if I've showed it. I'll show it to you guys sometime before March.
Oh, Alila's planning on watching the film Nightbreed.
Ah.
And Glenda got a new diamond painting, and eventually we'll do our diamond.
Yes, we will be.
Painting,
we're in the process of sorting that
broadcast
out now. We want to have the live broadcast. We might do it as like a special episode, maybe not our usual Sunday broadcast even, and have it like if people want to follow along and do their own diamond painting. But we'll give people enough notice so they can do it along with me if they like. I think that'd be fun.
Yeah, someone said they wanted me to do it too, and I'm like, I don't know. I'm not gonna do it. I don't think I want to.
You can put it on the table and we can both try. We can pick out the colors from your own.
Yeah, I guess we could share a mic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could.
I'm just worried I'd do it. I'd probably start changing the colors. I don't know. It's weird to do that with my own artwork. We'll see. It'll be fun.
I'm not used to being on film.
Oh, where am I?
No, you do it almost weekly.
Right.
WEEKLY. Weekly.
Yes. Gosh, I'm loving the lighting in this one. It's got all sorts of spooky stuff happening.
Yeah, this painting's looking beautiful.
They are. Some of those pieces that when I started on, I didn't really think a whole lot about like the color or where the light sources are, or just kind of make it up when I go along. It's sometimes fun to do that. You get some very atmospheric pieces done that way.
Matthew Beckett has subscribed for 33 months.
Oh man, does that mean I get to live to be 45 for sure? Okay.
I don't know.
Yay.
That guy is so cool.
44.
I like him.
I like him. I like his name.
Yep.
Sort of name, if you get it, you can get closer to the top of the alphabet.
So yes, someone said they saw the Natasha Kinski version from 1982 when they were a kid, and that is exactly the one that we were talking about.
Yes.
I'm not camera shy, Kieran. There's a difference between being camera shy and just not liking to be on camera. I'm not shy about it, but I like for it to be on my own terms. But I guess a lot of us are like that.
Oh yeah. No, I like to be on camera against my own terms.
Oh,
yeah,
does it always have to be
great.
for or against? Can't it be somewhere in the middle?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's everything in moderation.
The delicious middle of an Oreo cookie. Leela says, got something funny to say regarding Valentine's Day, so I'm getting Nigel some Jasmine Becket-Griffith stuff, and he is getting me some Clive Barker things, so opposites do attract.
Hey.
You're the opposite of Clive Barker, Jasmine.
Am I?
I don't know.
That's funny to think of.
No, I would imagine you're probably in a lot of the same circle.
As I say, we're both creative professionals. professionals.
Yes.
Work in some of the same genres. I think we've been at some of the same conventions.
I'm not sure if I'm not sure. Maybe.
He was at, I want to say he was at Dragon Con one year when we were there. I didn't see him. Or if I did, I didn't notice him. I don't know if I'd recognize him out of the lineup.
But yeah, Clive Barker is someone that just has created enough to be like kind of legendary, you know?
Yeah, to the point where you can use them as an adjective, like, hey, that's kind of Clive Barker, or a verb.
Yes,
Clive Barker.
I just Clive Barkered
yes.
myself.
Exactly.
All I want to do is darken the day and brighten the night. Oh, that's kind of sweet, Bob. Is that a Clive Barker quote, or is that from Nightbreed?
Maybe he's just making conversation.
Oh, we've got, speaking of book, we've got our little book.
Pardon?
Our little
Oh,
story.
are you going to read a Charles Burlett story to us?
Why don't we take a quick break? I need to get something to drink.
Because I need to get some yellow stuff off my hand before I start putting some of the purple
in a few minutes, we'll pick one of those weird.
And those are strange tales.
Yes.
Tell me if it's bullshit
Charles
or not.
Burlett's. I remember there was one last week that someone talked about. But
Psychic Detective. Somebody wanted to hear Psychic Detective.
Okay.
And I said we'll pick that one last time because the one we picked last time was kind of boring.
Okay, I'll try to find that. Okay, so we're gonna take a little break and then I will be back and we will
in a minute
we will read the silly story.
Okay. Yeah, I got a bunch of yellow.
We are back.
We are back. And we're going to have Psychic Detective, was it? Or what was the actual name of it?
Psychic Detective.
Oh, okay. I was like, isn't that the name of a show or something too? Or am I thinking of something?
I think so.
Probably. It's probably on ID Discovery.
Yes, actually, somebody in the room sent me a message. I think it was on Facebook that said, "Hey, I bought this book."
They bought the Charles Berlitz
Yeah.
book. Uh-huh.
So you owe us one, Charles Berlitz.
Yeah, Charles Berlitz. I wonder.
Yeah.
Well, that's why we credit people. We
I have no idea if the.
Is he still around? Do you think?
I'm not sure. It's rude to ask that maybe because maybe he's very young. I don't know.
That's true, but I mean we've had that book for decades, so I don't.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know.
Psychic Detective.
Okay. This is one, I just want to say people have not joined us before when you do this. This is Matt reads a selection from the book. What is the name of it? Unexplained.
Typed it in the room,
Oh, well, how would I know that? Maybe I can't see the screen. I just want to make sure we credit this and explain what people are doing. It's from the author of the Bermuda Triangle. Charles Berlitz's World of Strange Phenomena. And this is a book from 1988. So this was pre-internet, and some of these are obviously going to have urban legends and things that you cannot exactly validate or fact check, but we like to sort of giggle at them. So bear with us. Sorry, Maddie, I know you're really excited to start on that one.
Yeah. Psychic Detective. No subject raises skeptics' hackles like police who rely on psychics, especially when the officials go public with the news. On Sunday morning, August 4th, 1982, Tommy Kennedy went on a picnic near Empire Lake in New York and disappeared.
New York City?
It just says New York, but Empire Lake?
Yeah, is it like Empire State Building? Where does it?
I don't know.
Empire State. No.
Soon everyone was called in to help locate the missing 5-year-old. From the lake's casual visitors to the Tioga County Sheriff's Department.
Tioga County, that's upstate, isn't it?
I think so. Nobody could find a trace of the boy, and Tommy's mother grew increasingly frantic. By 6 o'clock that evening, nearly 100 people were exploring the nearby woods. Finally, Richard Clark, a fireman who was taking part in the work, suggested they call Philip Jordan, a prominent local psychic, who happened to be the firefighter's tenant.
That's confusing. They were great chums, lifelong. Okay.
Nobody thought much of the idea, except for Deputy David Redsicker, who had seen the psychic at work.
Okay.
That evening, Phil Jordan visited the Clarks at their home in Spencer, New York. Without telling him anything, the fireman handed the psychic a t-shirt the lost boy had worn. After fingering it for several minutes...
Several minutes?
Jordan...
Just thinking.
Jesus. Jordan asked for a pencil and some paper.
Okay.
Stop laughing, Matt. Then he began sketching a lake, some overturned boats,
this is like what I
and a house by a rock.
Cool.
That's where they will find the boy, he explained. I can see him lying under a tree, with his head in his arms. He's sound asleep. This information was immediately forwarded to the sheriff's office. The next day, Richard Clark and Phil Jordan went to Empire Lake to continue the search. Tommy's mother was naturally present and cooperative, and this time the psychic gathered his impressions from a pair of the boy's sneakers. His second series of impressions matched the first, so the search party was directed into the woods to find the tree and the house he had seen. Tommy Kennedy was found within the hour, in the exact place identified by the psychic on his map.
Oh, why didn't he look the first day if it's a kid? I mean...
Totally. The boy had wandered off the day before, and subsequently walked in the wrong direction until he became hopelessly lost in the woods.
Aww.
He had spent the night crying and sleeping under a tree.
Sounds fun.
Phil Jordan was given an honorary deputy sheriff's badge from the Tioga County Sheriff's Department for his help on the case.
This
The boy had lain and slept under that tree for most of the 20 hours, and we missed him, said Sheriff Raymond Ayers. Phil Jordan simply used some kind of paranormal talent that the rest of us don't have.
Well, it sounds like an excuse for shouting.
I would not hesitate to call on him again if I thought he could help. Okay.
Huh.
So that's...
There's a lot to go on there.
Yes. So what I think happened is, well, you could say this psychic detective. I mean, there is a TV show, I think, several TV shows probably about such a thing.
Yeah.
So, what happened? Well, we don't have all the details there.
No, it'd be difficult to verify any of that.
And, what's that?
It'd be difficult to verify any of that. Did it say what year?
Maybe it did.
Okay.
Did it say what years, guys?
I don't think...
Yeah, 1982.
1982. So it would have been not very long before this was written.
Right. Maybe he's probably around my age.
Yeah, I know.
Young Tommy, whatever his name is.
Sorry.
So, I think what happened is the psychic detective kidnapped the boy, put him under the tree, and knew where he was because he was the guy who kidnapped the kid.
Yes.
He felt bad about it later and told the kid if he ever told anyone what had happened, he'd kill him psychically.
And the kid believed him because he was the tenant of a fireman.
Yes.
I like how that was part of. They felt like they had to tell us that part.
I don't know. What do you guys think? I don't know. I don't have enough details.
Is too. I mean, like I'm thinking, like I don't know, like Celebration Lake or something. And there's a kid sleeping under the tree. I don't see people miss it. But if it's really like up in the Adirondacks or something, that's different. But that's too vague of a story to really pass judgment on. But in general, it is kind of silly when police really involve psychics. They don't tend to, really, as much as anecdotal evidence.
Well, the thing is, what does the psychic get out of it? This time the psychic got... He got an honorary deputy badge.
Yeah, I think you get those if you go
Is that like you go on a field trip, you might get one?
I just said that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, not a lot of input on this one from the room.
No, do another one.
Do another one?
Yeah.
Do you okay, let me ask the room if they want me to. Do you guys want me to do another? Would you like me to read another story? Was that one a little too lame?
That was pretty lame. I had high hopes for it.
Nothing.
Nope. Well, read another one then.
Someone said yup.
Yup, that's pretty lame.
Okay, someone said sure.
Pick one with a more hilarious name.
Well, I just picked that one because someone shouted out last week.
Yes.
I can let you choose.
Sure, read me some and I'll tell you.
Okay, some of these, we've got the Buttercup Mammoth.
Oh, I know that one.
I know that one too.
Yeah.
Psychic Archaeology.
That's a true story.
Precognition and the Races. A Phone Call from the Dead. Psychic Vision. Pitchfork Witch. We read that one.
We read Pitchfork Witch.
The Headless Ghost. Lost and Found. Proving Near-Death Experience.
Why don't you do that one? Because we watched that documentary recently.
Okay. So yeah, actually, I should find out. There is a fantastic documentary. It's a
like
documentary
5
series.
Limited series, yeah.
And I believe it's called Surviving Death.
Yes, that's the name of it.
Painting All Day says any scary ones. I don't know if there are scary ones because
I don't know.
You can't really tell.
Surviving Death sounds scary.
But that was the name of the
series.
The series.
Yeah.
That we watch. I would recommend it. It's very good. It's very fair. It talks about you have scientists on there, you have doctors on there, you have people that very much believe in their
was it on
experiences.
Netflix? Was it?
I think it was. I can't remember. I think it was on Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe it was called Surviving Death.
Yeah. But yeah, that kind of fits in with it.
And it has. It starts off with. They have seances. They have near-death experiences. They have people staying in hospice that are seeing loved ones before they die. They have signs from the dead. They have reincarnation.
Yeah.
I think those were all the.
There were two of them. There was a 2-part one on the medium.
Okay, so in honor of that, I will read the Proving Near-Death Experience.
Let's see how quickly they can prove it.
Okay. proving. Let's see if you guys are convinced by this story. Proving near-death experience. Opinion is certainly divided when it comes to the near-death experience. Some experts believe that it is a genuine preview of the afterworld, while others dismiss it as a hallucination. Can the reality of the near-death experience ever be proved? A recent attempt has been made by Kimberly Clark, a social worker at Harborview Medical Center in Seattle, Washington. Clark's first encounter with the NDE, that stands for near-death experience, came while she was working with a patient named Maria. Maria was a migrant worker visiting relatives in the city when she suffered a heart attack. She survived the crisis but suffered a second close call with death while recuperating in the hospital. Since so much medical technology was close by, she was easily and expertly revived.
Yeah.
The social worker saw the patient later that day. She was taken aback when the woman suddenly said, "The strangest thing happened while the doctors and nurses were working on me. I found myself looking down from the ceiling at them working on my body."
That is pretty common. It seemed like when they were interviewing a lot of people, they were saying that.
Yes.
On that show we're watching.
Not impressed by the story, Clark assumed Maria was confused by her ordeal. But the social worker grew more interested when Maria said that while functioning out of the body, she flew up to the third-floor ledge on the northern side of the building, where she spotted a tennis shoe. She needed somebody else to know that the tennis shoe was really there to validate her out-of-body vision, said Clark, who went upstairs to hunt for the tennis shoe with mixed emotions. Finally, she reported, I found a room where I pressed my face to the glass and looked down and saw the tennis shoe. My vantage point was very different from that Maria's had to have been for her to notice that little toe had worn a place in the shoe and that the lace was stuck underneath the heel. And other details about the side of the shoe were not visible to me. The only way she would have had such perspective was if she had been floating right outside and at very close range to the tennis shoe. I retrieved the shoe and brought it back to Maria. It was very concrete evidence for me. Okay, what do you guys think about that one?
That sounds entirely possible.
That one
she could have put the tennis shoe there later, but why?
So Maria, who's suffering from heart attacks lately, somehow puts a tennis shoe outside of this building.
No, later when she said she wanted somebody to validate her story, she's like, "Is that tennis shoe there?" She could have had her brother-in-law put.
I kind of imagine her still in the hospital bed.
Maybe she had her brother-in-law put it there.
Maybe so.
He was gonna get new shoes anyways.
So either she's telling the truth or it was planted.
Yeah, or maybe there's just tennis shoes laying around everywhere. Or maybe she was floating around. I don't know. That seems... things like that don't seem too incredibly unlikely to me compared to a lot of things.
Okay, so Anime still says, if you haven't heard today, you're amazing and I believe in you.
Oh, thank you.
Angela says, possible.
Possible. Probable. No. Possible. Not technically, but we don't know how that stuff works.
I don't know enough about it.
No, people don't know enough how that works. And people who tell you are making it up or somebody's lying to them.
So yeah, I would say that one, it's... I don't know. Actually, if you like that story, you may want... Mary Kay says truth.
Like that show.
If you like that story, you would probably like that show.
Yeah. Well, that does seem to be also one of those very common things that when people are being operated on, they feel like they're floating around the room, and sometimes they'll say that they saw the anesthetist or the surgeon or whatever while they were under general anesthesia or while they were dying or while they were temporarily dead during I don't know, like a open heart surgery. I don't know.
Yeah. So, yeah,
that one doesn't require too much suspension of disbelief.
Yeah, I like that story. Yeah. I liked it better than the Psychic Detective.
I did too.
But I'm happy that little boy was found.
Really? I mean, heart attacks are scary.
You know, it's not in this book, but I always found the little, the similarities between Lincoln and Kennedy.
I've heard that, yeah.
I always loved that. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about.
Johnson.
Lincoln had a secretary named Kennedy. Kennedy had a secretary named Lincoln. It goes on and on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You guys could Google it. It's really impressive stuff.
It's fun. It's got to be all coincidental, though. It's not like people plan that 100 years in advance. Yeah?
I'll see if I can find it. There might be.
Because how would you?
Oh, it's yeah. I remember one. It's like Lincoln's assassin. Lincoln was shot in a theater, and his person fled to a paper mill or something. And then it was the opposite. Kennedy's.
There's a book depository in a theater, and a theater and a book depository.
Okay, there's a Wikipedia on it. Okay, so. Okay, this is it. Here is the list. This is from Wikipedia, guys. I'm reading directly from Wikipedia.
Wow.
So I'm not quite in chat now, but I'll check back on it in a second. Oh yeah, so Angela knows this. No, Leela says thank you for the intriguing story. Oh, no problem. You're very welcome. The following are the list of coincidences that are commonly associated with the conspiracy, some of which are not true statements.
Oh.
So, again, this is good that I'm reading this, because when I had these little books, there wasn't the internet.
Yeah, exactly.
And all I had were these books to tell me about things. Lincoln and Kennedy each have 7 letters. Okay, that's not a big one.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Go ahead.
Both presidents were elected to Congress in 46 and later to the presidency in 60.
That's true. Century apart, but yeah.
Both married women in their 20s while they themselves were in their 30s.
Okay.
Both lost a son while living in the White House.
Was he sleeping under a tree?
Both were shot in the presence of their wives.
Are they implying something?
Both assassins, John Wilkes Booth and Lee Harvey Oswald, were born in 39. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
In 39, and were known by their 3 names, composed of 15 letters.
Well,
here it is. Booth ran from Ford's Theater. And was caught in a warehouse. Oswald ran from Dealey Plaza warehouse and was caught in a theater.
Yes.
Both presidents were runners-up for their party's nomination for vice president in 56. Both successors were Southern Democrats surnamed Johnson. Both were born in 08, and their first names contained 6 letters. The assassins were both Southerners.
Wow.
Both were particularly concerned with civil rights and made their views strongly known in 63. Lincoln signed the Emancipation Proclamation in 62, which became law a year later. A century later, Kennedy presented his reports to Congress on civil rights during the famous March on Washington and Jobs and Freedom that same year. Both presidents were shot in the head on Friday and died at nearby locations. Lincoln at Peterson House across the street, and Kennedy at Parkland Memorial Hospital down the road. Lincoln was shot at Ford's Theater. Kennedy was shot in a Ford car, a Lincoln limousine.
Oh, come on.
Okay. Lincoln had a secretary named Kennedy who told him not to go to Ford's Theater. Kennedy had a secretary named Evelyn Lincoln, whose husband Harold's nickname was Abe, and she warned him not to go to Dallas. Both Oswald and Booth were assassinated before they could be put on trial.
That's the only thing that could be conspiratorial about that. Because things like how many letters are in somebody's birthday, that's something their mom decided when they were born. I mean, how's that a conspiracy?
So I don't know.
But yeah, there are different like correlations there.
So what do you guys think about that? It's not really a story. It's just weird coincidences.
Yeah,
the thing that doesn't impress me is the number thing.
Coincidences, but that's not conspiratorial. That would imply that.
Right, how many letters someone has in their name? I mean, isn't that... we could find more coincidences if we tried. We could find them between you and me, Jasmine.
Oh, absolutely.
We could find, a bunch of
jobs at Word Parkway Mall.
Is it just funny, like, because they're coincidences, or is there something deeper? And that's the real question. Is there it seems like there often is 100 years between these guys. And that's where it becomes, that's kind of strange.
If you have people that are around 100 years apart, you could pick other things. You could say that they both had the same birthday, or you'd say they're both born in January, or, it could be almost anything. You could work backwards from it. You could say they graduated in this year if it lined up 100 years apart,
Yes.
But they didn't otherwise. No. I think the most interesting part of that really is the fact that both of their assassins, they themselves were assassinated, yeah? Before they could be put to trial.
So, false assumptions here. Although President Kennedy did have a female secretary named Evelyn Lincoln, there is no record that President Lincoln had a secretary named Kennedy.
Ah, there you go. That's just people just thought it'd be funny to say that.
Both assassins were not born in 1939 or 39. Jeez, John Wilkes Booth was born May 10th, 1838. Lee Harvey Oswald was born October 18th, 39.
Well, that's not even the same at all then.
No, Booth ran from a theater and was caught in a warehouse, and Oswald ran from a warehouse and was caught in a theater. That's the assumption. And Booth did run from Ford's Theater, where he shot Lincoln, and was caught in a barn in Virginia.
A barn? That's not
yes,
exactly
Oswald fled from the Texas School Book Depository, which was a warehouse, was where Oswald worked and was where he shot Kennedy from, and was arrested in a movie theater. So it's...
That's not... Yeah, that doesn't sound as impressive to be said that way. And
yeah, Crispy says, oh my gosh, they both ate food.
They did! They're both men? They're both white men? Like,
well, yeah,
I noticed that with almost all the presidents.
Both you and Crispy Critter make good points. We could keep going on and on.
Yeah, and the thing about using three names is silly, because they just do that when they're trying to point out people if you committed a crime, so that you don't confuse them with the other John Booth, because there might be 50 of them in that town.
Correct. A lot of us have three names.
I've got more than that, dude.
Yeah, yours is all sorts of strange.
Yeah.
So, yeah, three names is pretty common. The fact that the thing is, if they would have left that out, that's, that had 15 letters, that's just one that we wouldn't have, and we wouldn't have thought anything of it if they would have left that out. If they would have added two more, we probably wouldn't have thought anything of it either.
Yeah.
So,
or if you'd point out that their middle names both had the same amount of letters, or that their moms were both.
They both were fond of cats.
They both wore hats on their heads and grew facial hair.
Yes, they both were horrible at arm wrestling, and I don't know. I doubt it. Kennedy was fairly athletic, and Lincoln was really tall.
Yeah,
probably had a good fulcrum there.
Yeah, high center of gravity then.
Yes.
Hell of a reach.
If you guys want to have a funnier read, look at the debates between Lincoln and his and whoever he posed. That is funny.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Those are great. I love hearing about.
Maybe I'll read that sometime.
Yes, you should.
The lengths that Lincoln and his opponent, I cannot remember his opponent's name right now, went to make their debates fair are hilarious. Yeah. Leela says they wore a watch.
They probably did.
Yeah, maybe so.
Neither of them had a cell phone.
It's true.
Oh.
See, but there are far more differences in them than there are similarities.
No, that's.
But I remember when I was a little kid, I was like, "Wow, that's so cool." But
you can kind of do that with any two things.
My favorite one was the Kennedy Lincoln secretary thing, but that wasn't even true.
Yeah.
So now I'm a little bit sad.
Yeah.
Thanks, Internet.
Thanks, Internet.
I hate you, Internet. Ruin yet another thing.
Yeah. The Internet is kind of a Captain Bring Down when it comes to fun stories like that. Yeah.
Yes, comedian Bob Odenkirk has a bit where he puts on a little beard and a top hat, and he pretends to be Lincoln. Yes. Abraham Lincoln. And he says funny things, and he goes, it's strange. I have a secretary named Kennedy. And it's like, I've just invented something. Little logs.
Hey, I loved Lincoln Logs.
But yeah, I like that bit with Bob Odenkirk.
He's one of those people that is obsessed with Lincoln. People get obsessed with Lincoln like how they get obsessed with Kennedy too. That's something I would point out more, that they both have a lot of followers in popular culture, and people do obsess on them.
Jay Graff says there's a theory that Booth wasn't killed in the barn and he escaped.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Maybe he went to a booth. Wait, Booth escaped to a barn and his cousin with the last name Barn escaped to a booth. Yes. Yes, that's what a coincidence is.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, of all the strange things that happen, as an adult looking at that, it's not as
That's
weird as
not-
it once was as a
not
child.
at all. There are a lot more stranger things that have
Very
happened in the
true.
world, for heaven's sake.
So I guess, but that's that's an example of what amazed me as a kid. What a horrible, dull child I was.
Oh,
No,
let me help you, George Washington. No, that's true.
Oh, I like Lincoln. All right, he's one of those. He's got such a funny.
Mary Todd was.
Thing. I mean, he looks like he's got that huge hat and the beard.
Well, people wore strange hats and strange facial hair back then.
Yeah, just I don't know. He's just funny.
You know,
It's like, yeah, it was our president. Ha ha ha.
A
It's just
little bit off topic, but you know what I had forgotten?
no.
How this is O.J. Simpson related. How when they found O.J. Simpson going to the airport, how he had that fake beard and mustache and a bunch of spirit gum, like how he was gonna
I don't.
put on it. It's. I saw the.
I didn't remember
Okay,
that.
I saw evidence photos of the beard and mustache, and they're the crappiest things that you get at U.S. Toy ever.
So, O.J. Simpson went
When he was
to a Spirit Halloween and bought
Spirit gum.
right. But what I'm saying
yes, the equivalent of it. Yeah, I gotcha.
O.J. Simpson went to a Spirit Halloween for a disguise.
Yes, basically. Yeah.
That's excellent.
I mean, it looks like the beard and mustache like Sonya would wear when she was playing Jesus or something. It's really bad.
Jay Graff said Mary Todd was as crazy as a loon.
Oh, poor Mary Todd. She was stark raving mad. I love her though. Lincoln was odd too. Remember his son died and he kept digging him up to look at him?
Well, do British people even know much about Lincoln? I don't know how famous these people are. Lincoln did an amazing job killing vampires, says Katie.
Oh, see, that's probably how most people know him now.
You know, I bet people believe that.
Probably. What's the difference? You gotta build your mythology where you can. At least he was a real
You know
person.
what's weird? I didn't read the book because I think it was a book, Abe Lincoln Vampire Hunter. I saw the movie and it wasn't. The thing is, it's not funny.
I didn't see the. Oh,
It sounds like it's going to be silly.
I
No,
never
it's not
saw
funny
it.
at all.
Oh, I didn't see it or read it.
It's
I
not
thought
a-
it was
it's not a comedy.
Oh, what am I thinking of?
I don't know,
Or
but
maybe I
it's
just assumed it was. 'cause
it's
that's
not
the way
comedic.
name. Oh,
But
okay.
the thing is, it weaves. What it does cleverly, it weaves the story of him being a vampire killer in with the rest of his policies as a potential and president. So that's what was kind of clever about it. But it's not funny.
Okay. And it wasn't intentional.
I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be almost like a parody.
Parody of Lincoln.
Yeah. You know, like he would say a bunch of quotes, then slay a vampire. Then
Yeah.
No, it's not like that. I read the book after I saw the movie, says Katie.
No, I didn't see it or read it. It seemed like there was a lot of books that were like that kind of coming out then.
Yeah,
People didn't like the-
Pride, Prejudice, and Zombies, things like that.
Yeah, all that. Public domain plus sea monsters. Yeah.
Yes, and sea monsters.
Public domain and sea monsters.
We are 3 minutes from raffle, folks.
Oh, Shisa. Oh, hey.
Oh, Shisa, that works.
What?
You get it.
Oh, I thought I got Shisa. Oh, this is the pins and the Disney stuff. So, whoever is winning this in 2 minutes will be getting our January pins of the month. Again, last day of January, so if you guys want to buy these or get them for your pin of the month, start your Patreon today before midnight. Or win it in 2 minutes. And you get Painting Pixie, and you get the Epcot pack of Mickey and Tiana. And I'll autograph everything and we'll send it to you.
Yeah.
And you don't have to wait in line at Disney World. And they're sold out anyways. So. But they'll be getting some more soon.
But yes, in just a couple minutes, I hear my little bling, 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 and then we'll do that raffle. Would you do another tarot deck?
I'd have to, probably if the company wanted to, sure. I'm not gonna do 78 paintings specifically for a tarot deck. That'd take me years, and no. But I'll probably be involved with other decks. Definitely do some more Oracle decks. But I'm not gonna sit there and paint like the 3 of Swords or anything. No.
How many Oracle decks have you
get
done
so
now,
bored.
Jasmine?
I don't even know how many Oracle decks I've done.
Not including the ones you've just been involved with.
Yeah, I know. I don't even know. Individual decks that are just me. 8 of them, maybe? I don't know. Do you know?
I thought it was 4 or 5 Oracle decks and then 1 Tarot.
Well, there's Oracle of Shadows and Light. There is Oracle of the Shapeshifters. There's the Mermaids, Water Oracle. There's Oracle of the Vampires. There's the Fairy Tale Oracle. Alice in Wonderland Oracle. Beautiful Creatures Edition 1, Beautiful Creatures Edition 2. And then all the international editions, like the Japanese ones and the German ones. And
Crispy Critter.
So a bunch. This might be one I've forgotten. Oh, congratulations, Crispy Critter. Is that you're saying who won?
Yep.
Oh, cool. Hey, they were just chatting to us too, huh?
Yes, they were.
Huzzah, congratulations. God, is there another one I'm not thinking of?
And I will start the new raffle.
Woohoo! And the new raffle is the one where we do the prize wheel at the end. And
yes.
Who knows what you're going to win. But you'll also get the Epcot goodies from Disney. And you might win an original painting, because it's in there, and nobody's won it yet. And I don't know what painting it is. But it won't be this one, because somebody's already bought this one. Probably be a smaller one.
That would that'd be a pretty great prize.
You're a generous person.
Oh my.
Little gloves on these.
So again, as Jasmine mentioned before, we are not going to have Twitch next week on Sunday.
Yeah, we're not
because
having
it's Super Bowl.
Super Bowl Sunday, which if you're not from America, it's a big deal and everybody watches that and doesn't do hardly anything else. So.
But we will have one on Wednesday instead.
The next Wednesday, not this Wednesday coming.
Correct.
But Wednesday.
A week from this coming Wednesday.
So that was.
That was the.
7? Oh wait, no.
I'll have to look again.
10th, I think. Yeah.
It is the 10th, correct?
Yeah. And then we'll be here on Valentine's Day too. Gosh,
Yeah.
I've got Epcot. I'm at Epcot the day before Valentine's Day.
Correct,
too, aren't
13th.
I? On the 13th.
Yep.
Yeah, 13th. So those of you who are in Florida, I will be at Epcot on the 13th.
Well, thank you so much for your subscription, Penny.
Thank you. Starting to put a little bit of surface detail on the skirts here because I want it to have a lace sort of, to fit in with the title. So I've got kind of the shape of the skirt put in and a bit of color, but I'm going to start using a very thin brush to start drawing some overlaid lace patterns on the top, just with paint and water.
So people are saying, the heck with the Super Bowl, we want Jasmine.
Aw, I like that.
Well,
but
between all of the viewers we have in the Kansas City area and all the Florida people, yeah, we figured we would just postpone it.
Wins. Do you care who wins? I don't even. Do you care who wins? Is it Florida or Kansas City?
Honestly, I want everyone to win.
Really? I guess I'd probably. I think I know more people who like football in Kansas City.
Jasmine, do you think Dr. Phil will see a shadow?
Dr. Phil will see his shadow. Yes.
I think Dr. Phil will see a shadow, and there will be another 6 months of faux Southern accent analysis.
He went to Shawnee Mission High School. I know where he's from. He doesn't. I don't talk like that.
Dr. Phil will see his shadow. Yes. That's how it works, right?
I think so. No.
It's like, well, I saw my shadow.
Oh, God.
That sort of thing. But yeah, he's from the Kansas City area, right?
Shawnee Mission's close.
Yeah. Fun.
Doesn't he talk like he's from Kansas City?
I think he doesn't talk like people from Kansas City.
No, he does, and he doesn't talk like people from Overland Park.
No, but the thing is, if he sounds more wise when he has that little twang.
No, he doesn't. He sounds like he's affecting a southern drawl, so he seems personable. I'm sure he's not.
There we go.
Sorry, Dr. Phil.
I'm sure Dr. Phil's watching.
I'm sure he is.
Hey, Dr. Phil,
if you knock it off.
If you got a problem with me, how about you catch me outside? How about that? He
Oh, that was
he will see it, and we'll have another 9 months of COVID.
Oh God.
I'd said Dr. Phil, not Dr. Fauci.
No.
Leela says, well, folks,
Johnny Phil.
please excuse me, but I'm heading up to bed.
Night, Leela.
So I'll take care and take it easy. All right. Night and hugs, Leela. Stay safe.
I will.
Oh, I had a weird dream last night where I was working at a grocery store.
It's an important job.
Yeah.
Got 2 nephews who are working at grocery stores
Yes.
during the pandemic. Yeah.
Yes. I was trying to get time off so I could, like, go to Epcot events and Twitch and stuff.
Sorry, you have dreams.
I was like, I need to get more time off, you guys, because in the dream I thought I was gonna work like 2 days a week.
Oh God.
But they put me on the schedule for 6 days a week.
Well, don't really go work at the grocery
And
store.
I'm like,
honey.
son of a.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I was
we
like,
don't
I
need
don't.
that.
And I was supposed to just like clean up, but then they kept making me work at the bakery, and they made
That's
me.
how they'll get you.
And then they make me work and make salads, and
then
yeah.
you end up being manager.
And I was trying to help this woman find a book about potty training her child
At the grocery store.
at the grocery store.
This is an odd dream.
Yeah, it was. I had some melatonin.
Oh, okay. I love melatonin.
Yeah, I like melatonin too, but sometimes it gives me very bizarre, vivid dreams.
It's supposed to help you have dreams, and if you don't dream much, but I never have dreams.
So yeah, I don't recommend having dreams about working at the grocery store
Stress work dreams about
unless you want to work at the grocery store.
Unless you, yeah. Hey, I think grocery store is a better place to work than a lot of places.
Oh, definitely.
Jeez.
Well, I'll say this about, I don't know about all the local grocers, but it seems like the people that work at our grocery store are really happy.
Yeah, a lot of the people who work at our local grocery store have been working there like since we moved here.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like a big turnaround.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Some of the same kids that were like working on the checkout lines are like doing important stuff now. It's funny.
Yeah, I'll go in there and they'll recognize me.
Yeah. I don't go in.
Well, it's funny because we Serenity says melatonin makes me have zombie dreams. But we get I hear a lot of the questions that the checkout people ask at our Publix down the street, and we're very close to Disney World.
Yeah.
So a lot of people are visiting. They're at a hotel or they're at a home away, and they ask, "Are you on vacation?" And often what you can tell because of the things they purchase. They purchase fun food that you'd have at a vacation house.
A bunch of like barbecue stuff, and chips and things. Yeah.
So they'll ask them all sorts of questions, and then the people might have questions about the parks and things like that. So it's funny how the Disney customer service kind of goes beyond the parks a bit.
I think that's part of kind of just living in a heavily touristed area in general.
Right.
You're used to kind of being a local ambassador filled with information for random people who are trying to ask you how directions or what time the park closes or anything.
Right. There are some places I've been where it's kind of like it's a place where people might go, but they're not used to it as much as we are. We have hospitality as one of our main trades here.
Oh yes, that's
in Florida.
The tourism industry, hospitality industry is like one of our main imports and exports.
So tourism is important to Florida.
It is,
and we very much like it when
I like it too because it
when
means
people
we don't
come
have
down.
to pay state income tax.
Right. So we benefit greatly
That's why I
when
never
people visit
about
Florida.
Tourists. Yeah,
like generally.
Yeah.
I mean, individually, sure. Yeah, of course. Jasmine has an event here, and people will come here. And hey, you get to see Jasmine, and then you also get to go goof off at Disney.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, that's yesterday, right?
That was basically my yesterday. And you can watch cat people in your hotel room. You can live my life.
You could watch cat people, go sign things,
sign stuff, go to Disney.
Yeah, it's like how do you practice? Oh, thank you so much, Sarah Han.
What's
it's
that,
like
magic
Sarah Han,
Oh,
for following.
thank you.
And yeah, you could practice, Jasmine, if you had to like start over again. It's like just sign stacks of papers.
Yeah, Yes.
in front of you. It seems like that's a lot of what you do.
Yes, a lot of being an artist is writing your name over and over again.
Yeah, I noticed
that. You did as a punishment as a child, to write your name on the board over and over again, like Bart Simpson. It's kind of like what I do for a living.
Oh, it's Sarah Ann. I apologize. Sarah Ann said I should be in Florida, but my trip got canceled. I'm sorry.
No.
Things will slowly get better.
Yeah, and Florida will still be here. Don't worry. We ain't going anywhere.
But man, I'm sorry for the rest of the world. My mom's always sending me these pictures of snow up in the Kansas City area.
I know, and heck, this week we had it was like 85 earlier. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was great.
It was lovely. But no snow. Not here.
Crispy says, I'm afraid to go to Florida. My ex-in-laws live somewhere down there. It's not.
Oh, should I say?
Yeah, like they'll just be waiting for you.
Florida's a big place. So we got a lot of people.
They'll just be waiting for you, wielding wrenches, just kind of slamming them into their hand.
Yeah. Florida's a very odd place.
Hit you with a monkey wrench.
Yeah.
My ex-in-laws.
Yeah.
I guess there can be lots of ex whatever.
Yeah.
My ex-in-laws. Well, sometimes people stay friends.
That's true, but but they'd still be your ex-in-laws if they were
Yeah,
here.
but if you're so scared of them, or you don't want to be around them so much that you won't go to the same state that they live in.
Yeah.
Woo.
Or maybe legally you're not allowed to.
Yes.
That's different.
Oh yeah, I always forget about weird things like I'm trying to remember what restraining orders and things.
Order, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, can there be a lifetime thing on that?
Sometimes.
Like a lifetime restraining order?
It depends. There are a lot of similar things to restraining orders, protective orders, and things that sometimes if it's part of a sentencing, it can be. Look at the two girls, Juliet Hilm and from Heavenly Creatures. That was like one of the things. Is the judge, that's Australia or New Zealand.
Yeah.
But the judge sentenced them to never
I
contact
suppose
each other again.
Oh, somebody said Texas is 70 today.
Oh, that's not bad.
Wow, I always thought it was older. We're getting heavy frost, but also the snowdrops are out. Jeanette says
flowers?
UK.
Oh, the snowdrops are those beautiful little flowers. They look like little white bells.
Oh, okay, so Crispy had to get a restraining order. Gotcha.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there you go.
I won't dig too deep there, Crispy.
No.
Crispy, don't worry.
No, I gotcha. It happens.
Yeah, it's scary. I was think a scary term is gag order.
Oh, like for the press? Or
yeah.
The,
but it just sounds scary.
Media. Yeah.
Order.
It's like they're gonna stuff a bunch of socks and bras in your mouth and just leave you to die.
Well, there's restraining orders, then sometimes people can't be near schools and stuff like that. I don't know what that's called. Sex offenders or something like. Yeah, how they can't be within however many yards. Yeah, that's probably some blah blah order.
Yes, and again, it depends whether.
I don't know. It just makes me want to live near a school.
Yeah. Well,
it's like I'm gonna live right next to the school.
I've told you, Celebration. This is not an urban legend. Part of how the city's built, they sprinkle the schools kind of throughout it. So in Florida, you can't. If you ever look at one of those maps where you type in your zip code, it's like they're registered offenders in this area. They technically, I'm sure people get away with stuff, but they can't technically because the schools are sprinkled throughout. That's funny. And the Montessori schools kind of.
I was gonna say that Montessori school.
The daycare that is at the church and stuff like that. Because daycares are also included in that.
Oh, okay. So they're pretty
they kind of
they're pretty liberal with their term of what that means.
If it's registered as a school,
registered as
education,
a school.
Yeah, like a Sunday school, for example.
Wow, really?
Yep. In Florida, remember how in Miami there is that one place, is it Coconut Grove? I forget. That's under the overpass, and it's where there's a hobo camp sort of, but it's all registered offenders. Stay away from there. But yeah.
Yeah, enough of that.
But that's why.
But yeah, so I just think things like that are funny when, you just are not funny, interesting. Oh
yeah, it is interesting.
It's like, hey, you can't go there anymore because of this or that.
Yeah.
It's you were so mean to this person. This person's so mean to you. You just can't get along.
Legally,
just stay away from that person
again.
forever.
Yeah.
Or it's like, I'm scared of that person, so it's just.
The thing is, you usually those restraining orders will have a time limit on them, and sometimes a situation changes, people change, people get better, people move away, all sorts of things happen. So they're usually over a certain period of time. They have a term limit on them, sort of. You don't always want to talk like I'm doing contractual negotiations. Sorry.
Katie says, I'm ready to be back in Florida. I need a better plan, not come back to a full week of work.
Oh, gosh, yes. It's always good, well, theoretically, not in my life, but if you are coming back from a trip or vacation, if you have a day or two buffer. Before you got to go back to work or, school. Oh.
And Fairy Bell says, arsenic and old lace looks gorgeous.
Oh, thank you. I don't know how well I'm going to zoom in a little bit to see if you can see the lace.
I could actually, if you want me to go full paint cam.
No, I want to kind of show her little outfit. If you can you see very good how I'm kind of putting little lace designs on it? I don't know how much of it shows up.
Yeah, I can. I can.
Oh, okay. I've just got it stuck on here with a bunch of masking tape. I'll scoot a little bit. There we go. So I've kind of drawn it on there with like a kind of purple and gray and a little bit of Titan buff. And I'm going through with a bit of yellow, a little bit of blue to make it kind of greenish, and some white and some more Titan buff. And I'm putting some little outlines on it. So it's like where the green mystery lights are kind of hitting, where like as you'll see patterns of lace a little bit more, little flower
So is she
designs.
the old lace?
She would be the old lace, and kind of they're both gonna have lace elements, and they both have arsenic elements, so one can read into it what they will.
So Sarah Ann says, do you have plans for another coloring book? I love them so much. I'm guessing, Sarah Ann, you're from Canada or the UK.
What is that? Are you spelling it properly?
They're spelling it with a U.
That's good. Yes, I very much plan on making some more coloring books. In the a lot of publishing is not going forward super fast right now, especially in Asia, etc., Australia, but where my publishers are. But we are planning to do another coloring book. I think the next one is supposed to be a dragon themed, I believe, because I've got several pieces I've been working on that I had set aside that I'm like, oh, I want to make sure I keep this for the dragon coloring book. So I think that's the next themed one. They did approach me about doing one that was kind of like the Fantasy Art Adventure coloring book, which was the first of my published coloring books, where it just has an assortment of different paintings of mine and not all one thing, like not all mermaids, not all Halloween, etc. So I'm not sure. We'll see what they want to do. Might try to tie it in with another Oracle deck since it's the same publishers. In the meantime, we do have individual downloadable coloring pages up at my Patreon. If you are not a patron there yet, if you sign up for the coloring tier, it's $5, and you can get all the other pages up until now. And I think there's been like 56 of them, which is right at what we would put usually in one of my standard coloring books. Usually we put 55 images, so it's almost like getting a whole coloring book for $5.
Okay, I'm gonna grab...
Which kitty?
Mrs. Sunshine.
Okay.
And
I thought she was a Ms.
I don't know. She's been so funny.
She has been a funny little kitty.
Funny this week.
She has. You have. I know. You've been having fun with Sunshine lately.
Little sweet, aren't you?
Okay, Sunshine. Okay.
And tell people they don't know about that little spot. It's on her little face.
Oh, her little orange sunshine spot. Sure.
It's probably very hard to see.
I was gonna say I don't know which camera. Okay, here's Sunshine. Now Sunshine is kind of a little brown tabby cat, but I don't know if you can see. Okay. Oh, there's a baby. This part right here is orange tabby. Just a little orange. It's like maybe 1/16 of her whole pelt or
yeah,
fur.
so it's orange right there. Oh, I can see it. Yeah.
And it's got little stripes.
And that's where I kiss her.
And that's where we kiss her because that's the only place she keeps her goodness. No, no, she's a good girl. But that's part of why we call her Sunshine, is a little sunny spot on her. Oh, she's being sweet. She's been tired.
Oh,
I'm in no way
she's
hurting
so cute.
her. She's just a strange little thing. Hey. There you go. Just kind of ooze up there, baby.
Aww.
Yeah, honey.
She is a cool cat.
I'm always worried she's gonna jump on my shoulder. Sometimes she does, and she just claws the heck out of me.
Okay, so double feature.
Are you bringing another cat?
Double
Which
feature.
one? Is it Gammy?
No. Yes.
Oh.
Get Rio, 'cause she-
We brought Rio last time, and usually we don't get to because she's kind of shy.
Oh, fat Gammy.
Fat Gammy.
Get my exercise.
Well, Gammy's like, how much does she weigh now?
I don't know. She's 75 pounds.
No, I think she probably weighs like 15 pounds, maybe. Oh, God. Sunshine only weighs like 5 pounds, so she's like 3 times as big as Sunshine.
Give her a. See if you can.
Can you see her in there? Oh!
Hey, she looks
Can you
kind of.
see her?
She looks almost normal.
Yeah. She's. Yeah. Baby. Was she sleeping?
Yes.
Who's a sleeping? Is my sleeping baby? Yeah, she. Oh, you see all these lights? Yeah, it's disorienting, isn't it? Yeah. No. Okay, Yumi. Now you
Everybody loves the kitties.
Good. Well, Mama Wolf used to sit right next to me, and she'd be so good. But Mama Wolf is not Gamer. Oh, but Gamer's being good. Oh, she's biting me.
She's a sweetie.
Maybe sit. Cozy. Maybe she'll sit there. One thing I can't do is have her around when I'm varnishing, because my God, clouds of cat hair. It's always hard enough to keep it out of the paint. But well, she's being a good girl. She's still here.
Yeah, Angela says I love the cross eyes. They look pretty good. They look not too awful on the camera.
You know, the other day when you were showing me, I forget, you were holding her up or putting her on your lap or something, and I was looking at her face, and her eyes actually looked like they were kind of focusing a little bit more. So I don't expect it to get better. Usually that tends to get worse with cats as they get, or more pronounced rather, their eyes if they are crossed.
Well, I think sometimes her eyes are very crossed and sometimes not at all.
Yeah.
It's funny how she goes back, and I don't know if her eyes just gets weak sometimes or.
It's I don't know if she suffered. I think at some point before we had her, she might have been hit by a car because also she's splay-legged and her the upper parts of her arms
I forgot
grew back a bit crooked.
That's a little sunshine.
Oh.
There, and then there's 2 Gamer ones I have.
Yep.
There's one where she's Jaws.
Oh gosh. Yeah, Gamera, for those who don't know, is usually kind of fierce, so it's always nice when she's being a good. Oh, she's jumping.
And this is when she's scary.
Aw. No, she's a good girl. No, she's not.
And she is named after a kaiju.
She is. Well, she's a tortoiseshell, and Gamera is a giant turtle monster.
And that's that. Yeah, that would be.
In cross-eyed and goofy looking.
Gamera, in my opinion, is better than Godzilla.
Oh, Gamera is friend to all children. Yeah.
See, it's funny. I hope somebody watched the beginning of this broadcast and just like fast forward to now and think that we've just been talking about Godzilla the whole time. It's like, man, those guys really like Godzilla. They're crazy.
No, my favorite ones really are not Godzilla. They're going to be Mothra or Chaos. I'm a big fan of Chaos. It's one of my favorite ones. You never see anything with Chaos, are they?
Jasmine's a gay-octician.
Chaos, remember when they go to the planet and it's all Chaoses? And they're just like going around? It's one of the best things I've ever seen.
Yes.
I like to think about that planet when I get upset about things.
Lisa says the lace is incredible.
Thank you. I've been kind of making it up. I guess real lace probably has a more repeated pattern. I've just kind of been scribbling on stuff. But it looks good. I like it. I like lace in general. I think it's pretty.
Yeah, we have not seen Pacific Rim, even though they have Beckett's in it. I'm just not a kaiju person. People's like, they did it right. You gotta watch Pacific Rim. I was like, no.
I guess I should watch it. I don't know. I do tend to, like I said, I do like a lot of the original Japanese ones a lot. I've got a really cool book about some of the making of the sets, like the little towns and buildings that get destroyed. Remember that book I showed you, Maddie?
I think so.
I think I bought it at Epcot, didn't I? Yeah, I bought it at the Japan Pavilion like a few years ago at Epcot. At Mitsukoshi. Yeah.
That sounds like something we get.
Yeah. It's a Toho Industries one. I used to keep it on my bed.
Yeah, I know that one.
You know how some people have a Bible? No. Right on your nightstand.
Jasmine likes that. If you look at in every hotel you stay at, there's a book on Godzilla in every drawer.
Well,
Jasmine
as long
put
as you
it
keep
there.
Some sort of god close to your heart. It could be Godzilla.
You're like a Godzilla imp.
Yeah.
You're the Toho book fairy.
Yeah. I like that. I'll take it.
Man.
This pig's so
Yeah, I think talking about kaiju too much starts to make me grumpy. It makes me want to build a
what?
like a fortress out of Legos and just kick it over. So Sarah Ann says, "Hey, Jasmine, could you explain the Patreon a little bit, please?"
Sure. Let's see. Well, Patreon is a website, kind of like a subscription. It is a subscription-based like fan site where you can give $1 a month, and you can give more money per month if you like. And basically, you get to see stuff and have access to things that you don't if you're not part of the Patreon community. So, like, you get things like discounts and sneak previews. For example, the first people to see this painting would be the people who are on my Patreon before the regular people of the world. So, there are different tiers, which are basically different levels of subscription that you can get. It starts off at $1, and basically you get to see previews, and sometimes we've got giveaways. And there's sections of my website you can only see if you're logged in with Patreon. And then there's a $5 monthly membership one, which is the coloring pages and then all the previews and all the other stuff. And I put up coloring pages at least once a month, and you can download them at any time, print them out, put them on canvases and color them in. We do grayscale and line art for all of them. And then we have a $10 tier, which is the discount tier, yeah? That's when people that's when you get a 10% off at Strangeling.com, like on everything, including stuff like masterpiece editions and original paintings. So if you are somebody who spends hundreds of dollars and you didn't pay $10 to get the discount, then I guess you just don't like money. I don't know. But there's a $25 tier, which is the pin collecting tier. And that's when we have the enamel pins. You get those in the mail every month, and you get special ones that are only for Patreon patrons, and then you get all the discounts and coloring pages and discounts and all that. And then there's like a different tier, which is when I make you a $50 one, is when if you want super secret stuff that you literally have to sign a non-disclosure agreement before you can access that part. And then you get to see, oh, Jasmine's going to be painting this, and she can't tell anybody yet, but I can tell you, and that sort of thing. So there's several different tiers there. I have, now it's January's getting to be over, I'll be starting up doing crowdcasts again too. It's kind of like Twitch, but it's only for Patreon patrons. And we're going to be adding some new features over the next year too. So it's definitely a good place to go. There's a lot of very talented artists and a lot of musicians up there, podcasters, comedians, all sorts of creative people. And it's a good way that it's like a social media that isn't advertising driven like the way that Facebook or algorithms the way that Instagram is. So I really like it up there. I follow a lot of my favorite friends and musicians and artists up there, as does Maddie. It's called Patreon. And if you're not a member, go join it. And if you are somebody who collects pins and you really want the Black Swan and White Swan pins sent to you, sign up for the $25 tier before midnight tonight, because it just happens to be the very last day of January, and we do it on the calendar month. So it's like, while it's January until at midnight it turns to February, and that will be a brand new pin.
Hey Jasmine, what's your favorite Miyazaki?
Spirited Away, but I like Ponyo a lot.
Oh, I thought Ponyo was your favorite.
That is really, really hard. Those are two of my favorite films of all time, so that's really difficult. And I really like Ponyo a lot because I have very specific interests in sea creatures, and from the Cretaceous era specifically, and they do show a lot of that you don't usually see in animation. Just odd. But I love Ponyo, it's a cute one. But Spirited Away is so cool too. I like all of his movies, really. What about yourself?
Totoro.
Aw, Totoro's lovely. You see, that's the thing, there's so many good ones. How do you even pick? And he's such a neat guy. I love him.
I just say Totoro.
Totoro. Oh.
That's how I picked it. No, it's because it's my favorite.
Yeah, My Neighbor Totoro is a wonderful movie.
It's because I want that to happen to me. I want to have a big kitty.
Well, yeah, exactly.
That I fly around with in a kitty cat bus.
I want whatever happens to Ponyo to happen to me, and Spirited Away to happen to me too. But
Serenity says Nausicaa.
That's my favorite movie.
Nausicaa, that's an interesting one. That's usually not. Usually, I don't hear that's one of people's favorites. Nausicaa.
Oh, that is a good one. Nausicaa the one?
What about Porco Rosso?
Porco Rosso. Yes, I know that. Not my favorite one, but
That's a weird one.
Quality entertainment.
Oh, the Soot Monsters are sweeties. I have one.
The which ones?
A Soot Monster. The
Aw.
little cute guys.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, there was some neat stuff going on in Spirited Away.
And
Princess Mononoke is great too.
Oh, Princess Mononoke. Oh, I feel so bad for that sad Piggy and Wolfie when those icky things come.
Oh yeah, that is sad. Howl's Moving Castle, that's great.
Howl's Moving Castle's wonderful. I love Diana Wynne Jones, and the book that's based off of is excellent also. Oh, and she wrote Fire and Hemlock. That's one of my favorite, like, young adult sort of books. I wish they'd make more of her books into films, especially if they have the attention to detail and quality that the Miyazaki ones did. Looks pretty great.
Kiki, Siren Moonbee got, it corrected Kiki to Kilos. Spirited Away and Kilos Delivery.
Kilos Delivery.
This is some heavy delivery, man.
Oh yeah, Kiki's delivery service is adorable.
Yeah.
Doesn't have the depth that something like Spirited Away does, but it's not supposed to. It's kind of aimed at a younger audience, definitely.
Well, yeah, so they have various degrees of lightheartedness.
Yeah. They have to have something tragic happening too, parents dying or being sick or lost.
We were talking about Ponyo painting.
Oh yes, love Ponyo.
Yeah, Ponyo's I like that little song.
I love the mom in Ponyo. She's one of the best.
She's a good driver.
Characters, huh?
She's a good driver.
She's a hell of a driver. No, I love it. Sometimes the mom is just like laying on the floor drinking a beer because she misses the dad and they're fighting or whatever, and it's not even a big part of the story. Or she'll be like cooking some crappy little meal. I really like her. It's a good portrayal of a trying hard single mom.
The Secret World of Arrietty, that crow scares the crap out of me.
Oh, the bird?
Yeah. When he's coming in, Oh, Tales of the Earthsea. I never saw that, and it's funny because I'm an Ursula Le Guin fan, but I never saw that.
Ursula Le Guin is like, that is your version of my Diana Wynne Jones.
No, Diana Wynne Jones was much more prolific.
I know.
But I like
Ursula Le Guin did a lot.
Not as much as Diana Wynne Jones.
Yeah, the whole concept behind Howl's Moving Castle is incredibly appealing to me. It's because I often live between multiple residences and I'm on the road a lot. And I think how handy it would be to just have like a house that has 4 different doors and each one goes to a different country or state or something like that.
Moves around.
And moves about. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, like the castle in Kroll.
Yeah.
Yeah. Brookstar says Ghibli is mine and my daughter's favorites. Incredible hand-drawn, beautiful stuff.
Yes. There's a really good documentary. What was that called?
I don't remember. It could be easily Googled though.
Yeah.
That is a good one. I love it. He's an interesting fellow.
Yeah.
Miyazaki.
He is. He's an interesting guy. Incredibly talented and driven person.
Yeah, he reminds me of one of those, like, fighters that say, I'm retired now. Oh, no, I'm back.
Oh,
no,
yeah.
I'm retired. No,
like,
I'm back.
It's our farewell tour concert. And
yeah.
Like, no, wait, we're going to do next
They
year.
just can't, they cannot give it up. The Kingdom of Dreams and Madness?
Yes. That's the name of the documentary, isn't it?
Well, there's two here. They're the Kingdom of Dreams and Madness, and also Never Ending Man. Hayao Miyazaki.
I think I saw Kingdom of Dreams and Madness. If not, that's a great title.
Kroll is a throwback. Don't you throw that back, girl. I got to see Spirited Away in the theater before lockdown. Oh, nice.
Nice. I know the Alamo Draft House Theater chain, they will have Miyazaki weekends and like Miyazaki film festivals and stuff, which is fun. I always have it like on around Sonia's birthday, so it's probably like in February. I don't know if they'll be doing We're supposed to be getting an Alamo Drafthouse here in Orlando. It's been delayed, of course, due to COVID, but it is still opening eventually. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
The original one's next to my cousin's store in Austin. The Dragon's Lair store.
We're talking about Kroll.
Okay.
Jasmine, have you seen Kroll?
Yes, I have.
Did you like Kroll?
I don't.
Do you remember Kroll?
I don't remember it very well. You showed it to me when I was in school still, and I was dating you. And I don't remember it very well. It's probably late at night. I think
Do you remember
when I came back from
Do you remember this
working a double shift? Ooh.
Do you remember this cool like throwing star
Yeah.
thingy?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes, I do.
That was the glaive.
Yes, I have a enamel pin of it actually from the roof track.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Kroll.
What about Zapped?
Zapped?
Isn't that
I'd
when
much
Peter
rather see
Griffin
Kroll.
was on
I've seen
the
both.
scene?
I've seen both movies, Zapped and Kroll. And I wonder, I was gonna look it up, but I didn't know if Zapped and Kroll were out at the theaters at the same time.
Oh, because of the
Because of that Family Guy.
Yeah, maybe.
But I think I did not see Zapped in the theater, but I saw Kroll in the theater.
I haven't seen Zapped, and I have no interest in it.
I saw Zapped on
Scott Baio
cable TV.
thing? Yeah.
Scott Baio, Willie Ames, and the rest.
Okay. Just look at them and sigh and know they love you.
It's about a guy who gets telekinesis.
Oh, okay. I think they already made a movie about that, didn't they?
They've made several movies about guys with telekinesis. The most recent one is the glaive weapon in Kroll is what I remember the most. Oh yeah, it's cool, Brian.
I literally do have an enamel pin of it.
Have you watched the film called The Greatest Showman, Jasmine? It's on Netflix if you haven't seen it before.
No.
I think that's the
Oh,
one.
wait, is it P.T. Barnum?
I think it's about P.T. Barnum, and it stars Wolverine. Huge Jackman.
Oh, Hugh Jackman. Yes, I have not seen that. Is it good? I'm interested.
Well, Kieran probably likes it.
Oh.
He's suggesting it.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Well, I would.
I've heard
give
good
it a watch.
things.
I'm interested in. I know a decent amount about P.T. Barnum. I've read a couple books about it actually, but I am always curious about that type of thing.
I think that's the one.
Yes.
If it's not, I'm just going on.
If it's not worse, it is Wolverine.
But yeah, that's that movie probably about, I don't know, from 6 years ago called Chronicle. And that's also about people who get telekinesis.
Well, there are lots of movies about people who get telekinesis.
Yeah, it's true.
Kind of like, I don't know, didn't they already make that movie about World War II?
Katie said it was really good.
Oh, okay.
And Malibu
cool.
said I like it. I saw it on Prime.
Cool.
And Nigel said it's a great musical.
Oh, it's a musical.
Yeah, that's right. Because
okay, because I know
I
Hugh
remember
Jackman
Hugh Jackman can
Broadway
sing.
fella. Yeah.
Yes.
And tap dance.
Well, he's like a force majeure.
Double threat.
I think he's a quadruple threat.
Sorry. I gotta find my phone where I can.
Yeah, people are liking that movie.
Okay,
I'm
cool.
sure that people are enjoying that much more than Maddie's old crusty Kroll.
Oh, crusty crawl. It's okay, baby. I forgot about it too.
Oh God. I need to
No,
give Kroll a hug.
I mean, it's good in the way that you can kind of enjoy any fantasy movie, you know?
It's better than that.
Okay. Maybe,
There are fantasy movies that are not good.
like, what?
Never Ending Story 3.
Oh my god, you're right. And it even has one of my favorite
It even has
actors
Jack
of
Black
all
in it.
time in it. It has Jack Black in it, and it's still one of the worst goddamn movies ever made. And I love the first Never Ending Story. I love the book.
It's a World of Warcraft movie, Fairy Bell?
Is
The
that
Greatest
the one that we
Showman?
were talking about earlier?
I don't know.
Oh, it's World of Warcraft, and it's P.T. Barnum?
Wow.
And it's got all singing, all dancing Wolverine?
That's pretty
you're
cool.
selling it, man. Sign me up.
That is really impressive.
And it's got the glaive in it?
And it's got the glaive in it.
And Miyazaki did this. Wow.
Well, in Kroll, there is a castle that goes around.
Oh, like in House
on the
Moving,
planet. The planet is actually named Kroll.
Yes.
That's a name for it.
Yes.
Jackman is considered a triple threat in show business. Oh, it's not quadruple.
No, I was calling him a double threat, implying he wasn't that great an actor, but I've seen him in
Hugh
other
Jackman
movies.
can show up to a heart operation and just instantly cure the patient.
Oh, that's pretty good.
I love Kroll with the very young Liam Neeson.
Oh, is he in that?
Yeah, it's not the main character.
Oh, okay. Is Aslan in it? No.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Katie says, I had Never Ending Story 3 on VHS. Oh, well, do you
It probably
think
never
that...
came out on DVD.
Do you think Liam Neeson had read the books, Lion, Witch, and a Wardrobe, etc.?
Probably. Is there
Then
a British
it
kid
has
rapper?
to be in the movie Kroll, since his brain is in the movie Kroll.
You're right.
Yeah.
I don't think he used his brain on that one.
Not really. He was just kind of a... He was
Phone that one in.
He is a bandit in that. Tall bandit.
Tall bandit.
Bad fantasy movie. Dungeons and Dragons. Some would say Aragon.
Yeah.
I thought Aragon was alright.
Aragon was. I forgot about Aragon right after I watched it, though.
All those. I always say his name wrong because it's German. Oh.
Uwe Boll?
Yeah, Uwe Boll.
Hey, you're talking about video game movies. He did Blood Rain.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
L. Hertz liked Aragon. Aragon was a good movie. I think the problem with Aragon, there's something about it that makes it seem more like a TV movie rather than a feature film.
You know,
I don't know how to explain it, but I wouldn't. I mean, I like it though.
When I saw it, and I'm not sure why either. It has actors who are usually film actors.
It's
not like it was
right. I mean,
it has John Malkovich, isn't it?
John Malkovich is in it, but there's something about delivery that is off in it, and it's hard to explain. The book was better. I don't doubt that. Yeah, that was the Dragon books, Brian.
Yeah, those
have you
books
seen
that had
the
those close-ups
Have you seen the remade Dune? Looks interesting. It came out
what?
already?
What is it?
The remade Dune? I didn't know it came out already.
I didn't know.
Well,
Watch
if it already came out, that kind of
But did it
because
not
there was a
come
lot
out
of
in
talk
theaters?
about it before,
Did it
but
not come out in theaters?
I don't think so.
I may. I'll watch it. I'm a big fan of the David Lynch ones.
Books.
I mean, I really, it's one of my favorite movies, probably.
VMB says books are always better. There are sometimes when books are.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think a film
really
is.
like,
Film
for
can be
example,
better.
Dune. I really like the book Dune. I read it when I was very little, but I like the movie better.
The David Lynch Dune, you like that better than the book?
I like that better than the book. But I read the book when I was quite small. I was probably 10 or 11, and I think I probably should have
it's out
read
soon.
it when I was older.
Well, yes, Gadgets. I'll be all over the new Dune movie.
Oh, when's it come out?
That would be out soon. I think I saw a clip, says Gadgets. Bad thing about the new Dune remake is only half of the book one and is still up in the air to have a sequel. Man! See, that's what I'm talking about. That could go the Aragon route.
Okay, well, they better make both of them. I almost want to...
John from Cincinnati.
Yeah, John from Cincinnati.
HBO and theater release at the same time for Dune remake. Yeah, luckily I got that channel or app or whatever it's called anymore. Is the lace in the painting like Jasmine's dress?
A little bit. Yes. I think that's probably why I'm putting it on. It might be a little bit. Yeah, I think I'm using a similar design because if you look at it, it's got little flowers, kind of like how the ends of my sleeves are. Once again, I often do things subconsciously, unintentionally.
Well, yeah, subconsciously or unintentionally.
Yeah, it's like if
you did it unconsciously, that'd mean you weren't awake.
Okay, that one then.
Hey, there is a fine line sometimes. When you get in that alpha zone, you are almost asleep.
I am, and if I get interrupted, it's like being woken up in the middle of the night, kind of.
And that's why I sometimes leave Jasmine alone for hours on end.
Yeah.
Dune is expected October. Oh wow, October.
Oh, okay. That's why I haven't heard about it yet. Okay.
I have time.
Or haven't heard
I
it
can
out.
plan for it. Yeah.
Hell, maybe they'll play it at the drive-ins, maybe.
That'd be nice.
That'd be nice.
Hey, I haven't seen what's at the drive-in lately.
No, you should look up. I love the drive-in. Some nice social distance entertainment.
Oh, hello. Oh, Cardinal came.
The Cardinal's back?
Yep, getting a little drink in our
Oh, in the fountain?
fountain. Yeah, we got. That's the. I've noticed when the fountain gets like it's not at full force.
Uh-huh.
the birds are more likely to goof off in it.
Well, the little birds, I think, are afraid of it if it's too burbly, or they're very
Right, that's what I'm
small.
saying.
Yeah.
But the thing
Like
is,
the
it doesn't have control for that on that.
Oh no, just
I wish it
based
did.
on the amount of water that's in it. It's just
Well, or how much gunk is probably in the thing.
It is
shooting
an
out the
outdoor
top.
fountain, so yeah.
L. Hurt says, just saw a WandaVision commercial. Did your hypothesis work out for the latest episode? I remember you talking about it last week. I have only watched the first 3 episodes.
But your hypothesis
It
was
has
about
so far,
the
yeah.
decades changing.
Yeah.
Okay. No,
But
so
I also,
I wouldn't say that.
L. Hertz, I also saw other people talking about with the exact same hypothesis. So I'm very not alone in that idea.
Okay.
So other people caught on to that pretty quick.
They call it the Matthew Beckett theory, though.
No, they don't.
They will now.
No, nah.
I don't know. Start putting some lace on this here. I kind of just colored this in, not with a lot of really thick tones, so if I put a lot of watery lace on top, it's going to kind of fit the shape of her leg.
I mean, I see the Subway Guide to Tokyo.
Oh, man.
And you were talking about Tokyo things.
Talking about Japan. I know. Well, we'll get back there. It's annoying.
I wonder if it's still accurate.
To go to Japan with my family, and we're like, oh, the Olympics are happening there. And I'm like, okay, well, we'll go the next year.
That stopped us from one year, and now the Olympics are going to keep pushing it.
So I understand. Obviously, it makes sense. It's not about me, but it's frustrating. I miss Japan too, baby.
Oh. I will check out episode 4, Katie. That sounds good.
Oh, the WandaVision?
Yeah. That's the thing, though, Jasmine, is as creepy and weird, and we compare it to that episode of that's Nighthawks.
Yeah.
It's eventually probably going to merge with the Marvel Universe. Since you're not as big a fan as I am, you may not find that part as interesting as the way they get to it.
The Twilight Zone part goes out.
Yeah, as the way they get to it.
Okay.
So I don't know. It is.
Keep me posted.
I will say it is. I'm not one of those types too much that when they had something they loved and everybody else loves it, that you don't like it anymore. But I kind of understand. I kind of understand it a little bit when everybody talks about it, and it's kind of it's kind of weird. It's weird that you guys know this stuff, because it seemed like there was a time when
like it's private or yours.
Yeah, when I was a more lonely individual, never went to cons or anything, and there wasn't an internet. It was I'd go to the comic store and I'd have like 4 friends, and we would talk about it. Yeah. But now it's like there's Disney owns it, and they make these
like
amazing epic movies, and it just seems it's different. Mm-hmm. It's not. I mean, it's certainly not bad, but it's strange.
It reminds me kind of like how fantasy gaming used to be such a niche market, and then when video games and online multiplayer things became so popular, it's like everybody else knows about necromancers. This is weird, you know?
Oh, Jill, you need to do exclamation raffle.
Oh, to enter that, exclamation point raffle, all one word. As long as you're following this channel, it will let you join the raffle.
I can't. There might be a way just to pop you in, but I don't know how.
Yeah, you gotta put in the command prompt, exclamation point raffle.
Yeah, just what Gadget said there.
My Gadget.
Inspector Gadget. That was a good cartoon. Did you like that cartoon, Jasmine?
I didn't really watch it. My sisters did. I didn't watch it. I'm sorry. I didn't see the movie either.
I did not see the Matthew Broderick movie.
Man, I don't mean to keep talking crap on Matthew Broderick.
Oh, no one liked that guy. I don't think that even they liked that Godzilla movie.
Matthew Broderick didn't even like that Godzilla. I don't think. I've decided.
Yeah, I used to watch it after school too. I mean, it's never anything I was really into.
Well, you would have been kind of old for Inspector Gadget, wouldn't you think?
Yeah, I always kind of watched things younger than me sometimes. I don't know. Do you have to stay till the end of the stream for the raffle? It's getting late for me. Sarah Ann, you don't have to, but
you won't know if you want.
It's 10 minutes from now.
It is 10 minutes.
10 minutes is the, and
You
there
can,
we have
you'd
three.
have
We
to
have
come
raffles
back and
hourly.
check the archive to see
Yeah.
if you won, because we don't know how to contact you if you won. You have to contact
I
us.
really am not fond of the message thing, and
Oh God, it does not work well.
It doesn't work
or
well.
consistently enough. The whisper thing here. People
yeah,
don't-
whispers. Thank
yeah.
you.
Not enough of the people who participate in our raffles are familiar enough with the whisper system for it to be
Right.
valid or viable as a way that we can contact you.
You are correct, sir.
Sir.
What?
I think it's funny when when one calls a superior officer or a boss sir,
Sir?
even if it's a female or whatever, or a kid or an animal or whatever, and you call them sir because they're in charge of you.
It's good. Sriracha.
Sriracha.
Yes, I know.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh.
don't you say sriracha around me.
Tell you how Sri means holy. It means holy rooster. Doesn't really.
Sarah Ann says, I'm new to Twitch, so not sure how it all works. Oh, these are our rules.
Oh, absolutely.
We're on 3 hours. We choose to be
Yeah.
on for 3 hours. So
Yeah.
not every broadcast from any different Twitch person would be different.
Yeah, but usually we do 3 hours because it's usually about that long before the various things like batteries on laptops might start to go down or anything will start falling apart after about 3 hours. So. Usually I start getting hungry after about 3 hours of talking.
Yeah, basically it's Jasmine paints here. We chat about whatever while Jasmine paints. Basically, we're all here to entertain Jasmine while she paints.
Yeah, because I don't see the TV or the chat room, so I only hear what Matt says
And
out
then-
loud.
And then we have raffles that we try to make appropriate to what's currently happening on either our website or events. Like right now we're doing Disney.
Yeah, and
And
we'll usually have like the friend of the week.
every
or
hour
kids of the month.
we have a raffle.
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool.
Makes it fun, makes it
yeah.
exciting.
But yeah, Twitch is filled with all sorts of different people doing all sorts of
Oh,
things. We
yeah.
happen to be the art,
This is
in the
Twitch
art thing.
creative,
It's
so
not-
this is the, yeah.
not quite as popular as video game stuff,
Yeah, it's time.
but it's, yeah.
There's
You're hungry most weeks, says Get. Yeah,
It's true. Well, it's kind of like it's always like
I'm telling you,
what is it,
talking will
6
make you
o'clock in the
hungry.
evening? Yeah,
It makes
and
you
often
hungry.
On Sundays, I usually have like a bigger breakfast, and I don't always have lunch until later. So it's maybe I don't have dinner till like midnight. So
right. And like Nigel saying, most UK viewers start to get sleepy. I would
Mhm.
definitely be sleepy if I was a UK viewer
yeah.
already. So what? So we started at what's 3 p.m.
3 p.m.
our
lunch
time,
which is 20 o'clock
to
UK,
6
New
p.m.
York.
and that's 3 hours, and that's usually for people in the UK. That's either it could be 9 to midnight or 8 to 11, depending
Yeah.
on where our daylight savings and
British
summertime match up.
Yeah.
I think that's what you guys call it.
And we usually do on Sundays. Again, this next Sunday we won't because it's Super Bowl Sunday and nobody will
Right.
be watching us. But we'll be doing it the subsequent Wednesday, and then we'll be back again on Valentine's Day, which will be
Oh,
two,
yeah, 8
2
till
weeks
11.
from today.
3 hours.
I think, yeah. And that we might be a little goofier and less not that we're super formal, but less formal on the Valentine's Day because heck, it's our Valentine's Day too, so we might, I don't know, eat chocolate or something. I don't know.
Yes, we will have a Valentine's. I'll somehow make it themed. Maybe if I could see one of our Charles Berlitz stories, it looks like it's a love story or something.
Oh wow, going all out, yeah.
Aw, Jeanette says this is one of my favorite times during the week.
Thank you.
That's sweet.
Thank you. It's often, well, with the exception of Epcot happening right now, it's one of the more social times I have, really, especially during the pandemic. It's like some of the only times I've talked to people. It's been this way, staring at the wall.
Karen says it's 23 o'clock p.m. when it finishes for us. So
Yeah, it's 11
that
at
means
night.
11 p.m.
So,
in
yeah, it's getting nighttime.
American speak.
Yeah.
We don't use we call that military time, Karen.
I use military time myself.
And Jasmine likes military time.
It's useful.
Like when it says
makes
15, it is 15.
It's 15. It's 15. I don't have to do them. Everybody's like, subtract 12. I'm like, no, it's 15. You don't have to remember 12 more things. It's not hard. Sorry.
Yeah, if you think of it as 15, that's what 15 is.
Yeah, and you know what time of day it is and what meal you might be eating at 15. I don't know.
What were you doing at 15? I was in high school.
It's 18 o'clock. Do you know where your children are?
18 p.m. here.
What, 4 o'clock?
Says Fairy Bell.
Yeah.
Well,
It's almost 18 p.m. here.
yeah.
And that will be our raffle. And this is the fun one where we find out who wins the raffle, and then we find out what prize they get. So that we won't know what prize yet, so I can't show it to you. But we'll know in like 4 minutes or whatever. How long? I don't know.
About 5 minutes.
My internal clock is all over. And apparently I'm military time. What else do they call military time? Just 24-hour time? Proper time?
Hey, yeah, what,
Clock.
I think that metric?
Metric?
I don't know.
They call that metric, really? Or is that a
Did they
joke?
call it metric time?
I call it metric time. I thought I was making a joke.
Maybe that's why I'm saying it.
Maybe it is called metric time. I mean, it's not like Celsius. I mean, no. Centigrade.
Let's see, metric time. I'm Googling it now.
Well, people might call
Oh, wow, metric time's a whole weird thing.
Yeah.
It's 1 day is 10 hours, 1,000 minutes, 100,000 seconds.
Because it would be based on a meter, like 1,000.
10, 10, 10.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need AM, PM, or you don't need AM or PM designation with a 24-hour clock.
Nope, you sure don't. And you don't have one of
Yeah.
those stupid round clocks with the arms on it that I hate. Sorry.
Jasmine says F an analog clock,
Yeah, I do.
except when it has little Mickey arms.
Well, yeah, those are great. No, I like clocks. I'm just not good at looking at them.
Jasmine says, I love clocks, I'm just not fond of them.
No, I just have confusing ideas about time.
Time. The constant monster. The constant monster working against us. And it's just a
No.
concept.
No, time, if you look at it differently, you can think of time that's always there to be your buddy and to be working in your favor.
Jasmine says time is on her side.
Yes, there's a song about it.
Ah, but that's a no-name band. We are teaching time in first grade.
Oh, see, that's probably why I've never understood it properly. I didn't go to first grade very much.
Jasmine said, blah, to first grade.
Kinda.
Oh, thank you for the follow, iDazzle.
Oh, thank you very much.
That's very good.
Thank you.
Dazzling is awesome.
I agree. You know, I might give her stockings that are lacy too. I don't want to put too much lace because I want to have some sort of fabrics that are not lace and that will make the lacy part show out more. Just like with regular clothes. If you wear like 20... Well, I'm not a good example today. But if you have a whole bunch of lace and then you have like a few regular soft fabrics or like a plain fabric, it will make the lace stand out more. And it will work that way in the painting too and make it look not so busy. But I want to make sure that lace is still an obvious part of it.
Karen says, I learned analog and digital time at school. Digital is the easy time for the people that don't understand the 24-hour analog clock.
See, I like 24-hour analog clocks. I don't like 12-hour analog clocks. That's what you're really trying to say, Maddie?
That's, yes.
I think AM, PM are nonsense.
Oh,
I think
Jasmine's
they're
so mad.
lies.
Joe's so mad at them.
I just get so mad thinking about 12-hour clocks.
Do you grit your teeth and whiten your knuckles?
Clearly. Yeah, I get so mad. Well, that's not getting mad at time itself.
Shame. Shame on time. Hey, did you know that did you know that Time's my brother? Yeah, he's relative.
Oh God, that's good.
He's relative.
I was gonna try to guess. I was like,
no, it's not good.
I don't know.
It's not good at all.
No.
it's poor.
I sometimes can't tell if something's a really good joke or a really bad pun.
We are so
Like I said,
close to the giveaway.
Oh, if you haven't entered yet, hurry, hurry, hurry. It's free. You just type !raffle.
We pick the winner first, and then we pick the raffle.
And we'll pick the prize.
The prize.
We pick the winner first. Or actually, the winner is randomly determined, and then the prize is
Oh, you know what I mean.
determined.
Okay.
And I go like this, and that means that I'm pointing at a magic wheel that shows up, but it's not there. Yeah.
All right, let's pick that winner.
Good luck, everybody.
Okay, the winner is... Wait, I forgot to do my
And
little thing.
the winner. Okay.
Turn it.
Mm-hmm.
Max Danger.
Max Danger?
Max Danger.
Oh,
Yeah,
great.
you know them.
Yes. Congratulations, you've won something. We don't know what it is yet.
Let's
but
spin
Matt's
that
gonna
prize
spin the
wheel.
prize wheel, and I will gesture.
Portrait pin set 4.
Portrait pin set 4! Excellent!
Woohoo.
That's one that is completely sold out other than that. So that's a rare item, isn't it?
Yep.
It's like if it was a video game, it would be a different color because it's a rare item. It's a named item. Cool! Congratulations, Matt. Well, and you'll also get the Epcot postcards and the Painting Pixie pin from the Epcot International Festival of the Arts at Disney World. And I will autograph all that stuff for you. And let me see.
That is Erica's brother.
Oh, is it? Okay.
You know him.
Yeah, I know that. Awesome. Well, congratulations.
And we'll probably see them at Dragon Con.
Yes, yes, we will. I hope so. Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, that's so long from now. Yeah.
Alrighty, that was lovely.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us.
The music's just
again,
quiet, but it
we
sounds
won't
like it
be
stopped.
here. Yeah, I was gonna say I don't hear music. It'll be our broadcast is usually on Sundays. But not next Sunday, not Super Bowl Sunday, but the Wednesday after that. So that will be February 10th. And then the subsequent Sunday, Valentine's Day, we will be here. So
Yeah.
and we'll always post the dates here at Twitch and on my social media. And go join Patreon if you haven't already. And if you do it before midnight, you can still get those Black Swan and White Swan pins sent to you automatically. As long as it's still January. So you got like 6 hours? Does it go by our time or?
I don't know, dude.
It's a 24-hour time. We're using metric clocks now. Every day is 10 hours. No.
Alrighty. Well,
thank you.
kisses to all and hugs to everybody, and
Yes, and we'll see some of you
tucks
guys,
in if you're sleeping,
yes.
and nighttime stories. And
And
go ahead.
stay tuned. Got those exciting pins coming out sometime next week.
Yoo-hoo.